National Monday edition. Pre-recorded on Davenport Rod Slay, broadcasting live.
Thanks to Two Rivers Ford.
Outside Nissan Stadium, between gates 8 and 9. Here's the thing, though. Slay is such a superstar, you got to go through security to get to us.
Yeah, you better go through security. And there's some more people up there. Y'all be nice to them, man.
I mean, metal detectors
Yeah, they
and
live
all.
and direct, too.
One thing we learned, too, they don't really like I left my pistol in the car jokes.
Yeah, that's what
Y'all,
I told
so
them.
I came in separate from y'all. Y'all dropped one of those because I
had
dropped.
to.
I mean, I'm usually packing, but
Did you
Good
really?
job, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
That's
they're ready
my girl.
for-
so
They're
they're
ready
like
for us.
that freaking 3XL show. What a bunch of hoodlums.
No wonder we've got two cops like standing behind trees watching us.
We on deck. That's just
Oh,
letting them
man.
know.
Titans open practice at Nissan Stadium 5 until 7 o'clock tonight. Doors open at 4, presented by Pinnacle. We, again, are in between Section 8 and 9. If you're familiar with kind of zone broadcast parameters, typically speaking, this is where the Lee Company countdown to kickoff in general terms is. So they're putting up the –
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I'm all turned around. I need season to be here so I can figure it all out again.
we're on this is the south side, right?
South
South
side.
side?
Yep.
South side representing.
Bam.
Where's she going?
She probably
I
going
was
to the
looking
west
to
side.
see
It look
where
like.
we were at the stadium.
Just don't get that mic next to that speaker. You're going to kill it.
But guess what? We got a tip set
It'll
up
be a
too.
Jimi Hendrix concert real quick.
You can come sign up for preseason tickets versus
The Bears.
the Bears right here. And then also you can get a magnet, 2021 magnet of the Titans schedule. So slide through.
And you can
Ooh,
meet Will
nothing.
Bowling.
William Lee Bowling.
He's got his own table over there. Look at him.
He sure do.
I'm so proud of Will. He's on like ESPN all the time now.
Man, Will did a phenomenal job.
He just signed it. Is this like news that we can put out there?
too. Will.
He's like, maybe. So
He's like, not really.
about to be.
He said, not really.
he hadn't signed anything.
He
but
does- he
he's
does
agreed
track.
to terms to do a whole bunch of ESPN track stuff next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, Will. Kill it, Will. That's our guy, Will.
See, later in life, we can be like, hey, listen, you better remember us when we all need jobs.
You feel me? Will, can I just pop up on you and kind of get on the air since I know you? Oh, well, ESPN, not like that.
I want
I
Will.
actually went and just saw his parents, too, to get – so I haven't gotten a new IFB in forever, and this is too
Okay.
much information, but
Well, explain to the people what an IFB is.
'Cause I was
They
just
might
telling
not
you what it
know.
is.
well, I don't even – what does it stand for, Will? Something
Internal Fox
whatever.
Bureau.
That's how I can hear my producer. That's not it. That's how I can hear my producer when I'm on the sideline. My producer, who actually for my crew this year will be back in Bristol.
Guess who knows what what IFB stands for?
Kirby.
Interrupted frequency broadcast.
Oh, there you go.
That's not
Thanks,
true.
Kirby. No, it is. It is.
Interrupted frequency broadcast.
I think it is that. Yeah. So anyway, that's how you can
I ain't buying
hear
it, Slay.
the producer director
You don't believe
talk to you. Yeah.
Well, guess what? Can you
So
hear
I
this?
just went and saw his parents.
I'm in the building.
Got
I'm in
one.
the building. Beat you, hunk.
You are. You're
Big
underneath
hump.
a tent.
You're
Is
not
that-
technically. You're not in the building.
I beat you, hunk. I'm in the stadium. I'm in the stadium.
Man, it's good to
You're not
see you
that
guys. I have missed you guys.
Babs, we missed you.
I was gone Thursday, Friday. Then we had a preseason
Dude,
game.
You missed all the chicken out of Party Foul.
Oh.
I heard it was really good.
Oh.
Party Foul in Cool Springs.
Oh.
Appreciate
barbecue
them.
sauce. The whiskey barbecue sauce. Thanks to Austin, I know how it was made, and I won't share
That
it.
barbecue sauce, like you taste a whiskey barbecue sauce sometimes, or like some bourbon
Jack
type
Daniels.
thing, and it tastes like some kind of sweet barbecue sauce, and that's fine. This actually tastes a little like whiskey.
Good.
Yeah.
Tastes really good. So I could have been legally fried on the show. Didn't even know it.
I don't know about legally, but
Speaking of fried, you had an event last night. How'd that
Yes,
go?
that was fantastic. Shout out to Austin. Shout out to Beth. Miss Beth holding it down at Opry Mills, the Taste of Donaldson Hermitage. That was a phenomenal event. I went out there. I didn't eat all day.
I was going to
I'll
say,
be-
did you have to taste everything?
Everything. Well, you didn't have to, but if you didn't want to lie on the score sheet
Yeah.
as a judge, and I'm a guy that goes by the books, and you got to really win me over.
So if a guy got a 2, you gave him a 2?
Oh, yeah, I was very, very honest. Like,
Did you give what was the lowest score you gave? Wait,
One.
1 through 10?
that was 1 through 5.
1 through 5? You gave a 1?
Yeah.
You're such a jerk.
No, it was totally honest. Because
I want Slay to judge the Titans cheerleader competition next year.
Yeah, and I got something for him. No,
I will say this. I've judged the Titans cheerleader competition a couple of times in the past.
Yeah.
I am super honest on my little score sheet.
That's what I'm talking about, Babs.
Yeah, but
super
that's
honest.
female
but they don't
on female.
see them. They don't see, like, the actual girls don't see my
Yeah, but
comments,
that's still female on female crime there. That happens.
Oh,
I don't know about Slay.
Big Joe told me to tell y'all what's up, too.
Oh, I was
Big
going
Joe
to say,
out there.
all of Nashville's mascots were there, like Nash and...
Big Joe's not a mascot.
He's
Big
one
Joe
of Nashville.
Dubin, he's close.
He's one of Nashville's mascots, most beloved mascots.
Yes, he is.
he talked very highly of you. He loves you, Babs.
Yeah, I
we
worked
talked
with him
about
for a
you.
long
He doesn't
time. We
love
had a
me.
good time.
Yeah, he does.
I will say this.
We'd have Friday night dance parties for high school football. You guys know I love high school football.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey.
I'm obsessed with it.
Game week.
Yes.
Right now. Game
Yes.
week.
Yeah.
And,
So
and
it's-
we do a ton of high school football on 104.5 The Zone. I know Will Bowling is in charge of that. So
What game are you doing this week? NBA
At
Ravenwood.
Ravenwood,
Oh, I'll
too.
be there.
I will, too, Babs, because I want to see who's on who.
There we go.
Not who's on
All
who,
right.
who's who.
Well, Ravenwood's the place to be Friday night. This is the only one I can go to because once college football starts, I'm
wrap.
always gone on Fridays. So,
There you go.
Yeah.
Speaking of NBA, I ran into Rod Reed the other day.
Yeah, I saw him at Will and Lucas's event.
okay, explain why you said speaking of Rod Reed when talking about NBA.
Marcel Reed,
Yeah,
baby.
his
Thank
his
you.
son.
But maybe
TSU's
maybe
former
people
head
didn't
coach.
know that
Yeah.
because he used to coach at TSU, and that's how
Oh, I
a
was
lot of
gonna
people
get there.
know him.
I was going to get there. Rod Reed, former TSU coach. One of the nicest humans you'll ever meet.
Yeah, great dude.
One of the best linebackers to ever play college football. I don't mind going that far with him. And I think he's still the all-time leading tackler in TSU history. I think
Probably
that's
so.
true. But his kid, Marcel, unbelievable athlete. Unbelievable athlete. And really, he's one of those kids I think, I mean, he's not even playing college football yet, but I think he could go pro literally in multiple sports. He's like Dave Winfield.
Super athletic.
Really good in basketball, also really good in football. Yeah,
And back in the day was really good in baseball.
really, I believe it.
Yeah.
Real quick, Chris Sanders said to tell you guys hello. Also, Leland Stadium.
Oh,
Leland.
I love
Leland
all
was
those
on.
people.
Yeah, it was a good crowd, man. It was a really good crowd. I'm missing somebody. Miss DeVoe, Donna DeVoe. I think it's his name.
Bill, Biv, DeVoe. Were they there?
They should have been there. They should. But the banana pudding.
was not a one.
No, that was not a one. Donaldson Cafe. So this is my problem on the judging. They said, Austin told me when he gave me the sheet, look at the sheet, read it over, and 1 through 5 is your rating scale. When I got to 5, it says only give a 5 in asterisks. Only give a 5 if it is really, really the best. So after I'm tasting all the food, I couldn't just. I wanted to give a lot of people 5s. Like I wanted to give.
How many
ribs
5s did you give out?
1.
Dude, you're
This
harsh.
guy. If I
Only
need a
one.
judge for anything,
You're
I'm
like-
calling Ron Slay.
Do you know
Only
what
one.
you are? You're like Mike Vrabel talking about Dez harsh.
Hey.
That's what you are.
Hey, guess what?
And we'll play that for you later. Guess what
That's
the
how
mayor.
harsh you are.
Guess what the mayor would have given everybody?
What?
A 5.
I guess. Okay, so if somebody.
No doubt. He would have given everybody a 5
So
and
we
let
had-
somebody else
we had
return.
somebody
man.
like that.
I love it. They're working hard for
Am I
the
supposed
crowd.
to tell who did that? No.
Who gave everybody a 5?
Who
I'm
gave
gonna
everybody
guess.
a great score?
You ready?
Yeah.
Leland Stadium.
You are correct.
Of course he did. He's like the nicest human
I mean,
being on the
Listen,
planet.
And I don't think it was all 5s, but he gave everybody kind of
Exactly.
the same
I'm
score.
telling you,
Leland. He
there's
loves
like
Leland.
nobody nicer than Leland.
That's a ball. VFL.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he
And his wife
I
was
forgot
there.
about that.
Yeah, so we had a lot of VFL love in the building.
There you go.
Yeah.
At 3HL 1045 is how you get us on Zone TV. Will Bowling is here, so he's got all the
William
cameras
Lee
set up.
Bowling.
And, if he
don't
were
think that's his
president,
real
that would be
name.
his name.
We got a fun show today.
We do. But you can get us on Zone TV on Twitter. The link is out there. Facebook Live.
Hey.
What else? YouTube. Sign up on YouTube. And Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Hey.
We do have a fun show. In addition to the content, Titans obviously with the win in Atlanta 23-3. What does that mean? What stood out to you? We want to get your reaction in the next segment. So go ahead and jump on in there. We'll tell you what stood out to us, but we want to hear from you. We are now into football season. We can talk about a game that was actually played. 615-737-1045 is the number. The voice of the Titans, Mike Keith, will join us at 3:45. Frank Caliendo, one of the best comedians out there, is going to come by here between gates 8 and 9 at our broadcast location to do the show. He's at Zany's tonight, so he's going to swing by and do
I
the
got
show.
tickets.
Are you going?
It's a good thing.
I'm going.
Nice.
Good thing. It's sold out.
So
told
like
you it
people
was gonna
can
sell
come over here
Yeah.
and hang with us.
Yeah, just go through security.
Great.
Probably,
People, get over here, people.
Probably pistol jokes. They've probably
Stay away.
heard enough of those today. Thanks to you guys.
Stay away from pistol jokes.
Frank Caliendo at 420.
I will not
420.
laugh today, people.
Yeah, I told Frank. I said, Slay says he's not
I'm
going to
not
laugh
laughing.
today. And Frank's response was, ha.
As in, yeah, right.
That was kind of funny.
Buck Reising at 445, and Rhett Bryan might stop by. We got a lot going on. Tickets to the Bears-Titans preseason game up for grabs. Your chance to hopefully win that. And if I had anything to do with it, all y'all would win it. If Slay had anything to do with it, only one person.
That's right. You got to do the best trick. What's the trick? Pull your best tricks out when you come over here with me.
Joe Hunk back in the world-famous Music Row at our studio. We'll take it to break now.
season. The Titans get it done again. Go.
Mike James with the call on Titans Radio. Man, it's good to hear that voice. You know what else? I just had to stop by the radio station to cut a commercial, and I saw Coach Mack live in person for the first time in like a year and a half.
Oh, wow. Coach Miggity Mac.
Yeah.
Miggity.
I said, hey, man, Rashad Weaver looks like he's a dude. He goes, I told you when they drafted him.
He sure did. You know what he looked like to me? Looked like a dude that had some things on his mind that wanted to get out there and play football. And he looked like he accomplished all of that.
I'm trying to think of the word he used. He used like a Coach Mack word for him. He's like, as long as he, does what he needs to do, then he's going to be a player.
Mm-hmm.
Violent, volatile.
All of those work.
Yeah. 2 sacks, 2.5 tackles for a loss. Lined up inside, too, with his hand on the ground.
Yeah. What was so impressive to me, just right off, it wasn't a guy out there wild. Looked like he's been, finally let off the leash, just, trying to get some in. He was standing guys up on the line, shedding them, going to make the tackle, making tackles through people. That was encouraging. That was really encouraging.
615-737-1045.
I should have bet what the Titans. Babs told me.
I told both of y'all.
I
told both of y'all because the conversation was, we understand it's going to be a bunch of backups, and I said the Titans' backups are going to be way better than the Falcons' backups.
Boy, wasn't that
and
true?
Sure enough, oof.
Here's the thing.
I love me some Arthur Smith. I think he's got some work to do this year.
Well, A.J. McCarron sucks, so there's that. Felipe Frank's going to win. Remember, I asked DJ Shockley about that, and he kind of blew the question off. But Felipe Franks may be the more talented dude.
Yeah.
I don't know.
McCarron looked like
he ran the ball
hot
really well.
Garbage to me.
Yes, he did. To me too.
I don't know. I'm not sold on. I love Felipe Franks as a person, as a kid.
I'm just saying between those two dudes.
But okay, then I'll let you have that. Because I'm like, I covered that guy at Florida, and I also covered that guy at Arkansas.
You've seen him.
I am not sold on Felipe Franks
Rhett Bryan saving
at
me.
all.
He said that Rashad Weaver was relentless.
There we go.
Relentless. There you go.
Relentless.
Yeah,
There
that's
we
a
go.
Coach Mack word.
Yeah, the Falcons have problems. There's no doubt. But, everything will be okay when Matt Ryan gets out there, right, Slay?
Yeah.
Slay hates Matt Ryan.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
And I loved him in college. That's the funny thing. He just really ain't nothing.
That was
I guess
just
I
a
gotta
really
find,
long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
He really ain't.
You know
nothing.
what's
Is that what
you know why I liked him in college? He won me a bet. They had a Thursday night game.
At Boston College?
Yep. They had a Thursday night game. They were playing, might have been Louisville, and they went into overtime.
Virginia Tech.
That sounds like a Thursday night game.
Okay, and they went into overtime. It was a long game, and I told them I happened to be watching the game with the football guys at UT, and we were at somebody's house. I don't know if it was a trainer. No, Dr. Ivan. Dr. Ivan was leaving UT. I got promoted. Did something. But all the football guys were over there, and I was the only basketball guy over there. So I'm trying to tell them, listen, man, I know football. I'm about to tell y'all right now what's going to happen. And none of them believed it.
That's always trouble.
None of them believed it. And I'm staying my ground. So, dog, well, bet it then. I'm looking at Eric Westmoreland, looking at Ray now. Bet it. I'm telling you what it is. I know what it is. And what happened? Matt Ryan pulled it out. I became a fan instantly.
Well, how in the world have you turned your back on Matt Ryan now then?
Because he really ain't nothing.
Because he's old.
Yeah, I just need that.
I just love that you're telling college athlete gambling stories on the radio.
Yeah, but this is, I turned.
Well, I mean, he's saying bet it.
Yeah,
a long
as in,
time ago.
I'll
bet
bet
it within
you.
us.
There wasn't no money on the line.
You. Right.
Hint, hint. Wink.
I'll say this about football guys, like football players love Louisville for some reason.
Yeah.
No matter what's going on.
Yep.
What do you mean?
They just love Louisville. I don't know. Like, ask them.
I think they
when
like.
you're talking to football players this year, ask them, hey, you like Louisville or whoever they're playing?
I think they like them,
always love
especially
Louisville.
on Thursday night games.
Maybe it's because
like
they can
Louisville.
see them play. I
Yep.
don't know. Because they're always on Thursday.
But I knew what Matt Ryan was then, and Matt Ryan pulled one out the hat. It was like if you go on YouTube, I promise you can find this game. Well, I can't tell you right now what it is, but I'll find it during the break. It was one of his greatest games being played. So I think it was at Boston College too.
Oh, okay.
Good thing you won all that fake money that day.
Yeah, and not only did I win that, I won the belief from the guys. So now they can look at it like.
No, that was the most important.
Yeah,
part.
Slay do really. He might know what he's talking about. Okay, so now I just wanted to let y'all know real quick. I'm really honorary football guy. You know, you got honorary doctorates and they come up and speak at schools during graduation.
Yeah,
they get my honorary
you're not
doctorate.
that.
No, I'm not that. But
I'm
I'm
not
honorary.
either.
Like, I'm really like ran through the T in a sense, but I haven't ran through there physically. But I ran through there with the guys.
You need to run through the T this year.
I
You need
might
to
fall.
have your belly on the glass for the Preds.
Yep. Talk
Run
to
through
G.
the
Nash
T
about
for the
that.
Vols. What else can we do? Like a pace car at Bristol?
That's one of them. Yep. Babs, work on that for me, Babs. Please.
I'm on it.
Thank
All
you.
right, 615-737-1045.
Somehow I feel like she got
Like
the
I-
connections for
Right, like
Wait.
I have any connection.
Which Titans
Okay.
player or players impressed you? We've already talked about Rashad Weaver. He was electric, boogie, woogie, woogie. And relentless was what Coach Mack said. What about Big Merch? I found myself identifying Big Merch from time to time in
Yeah.
Larrell Murchison.
Yep. Me too.
So it's weird. I was out of town all weekend, and so I did not have access to. And I flew in this morning, so I haven't had time to go back and watch the Titans broadcast of the game. But I got to watch a little bit of the
NFL
Falcons
Network. Oh, Falcons, yeah.
broadcast with our
With
guy
Shock.
Shock.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Is he talking about Felipe Franks and how he's going to beat out?
no,
It's like, man, I was on the radio in Nashville.
right.
They were already on this.
Yeah. But it is well, I'll have to go watch the Titans broadcast, but it is interesting how different it is from different perspectives.
No question.
When you're like the Homer broadcast crew.
Yep. Let's go to Patrick first up today on 3HL. It's 615-737-1045. Your impression from the game. Speaking of impression, Frank Caliendo at 420. But we've got Patrick right
I won't
now.
laugh.
Patrick, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys? How are y'all?
We're great. Thank you.
Hey, I was really impressed with that front seven. And as my old high school football coach would call it, they were being beefy all night. So, and I know it was just a preseason game, but you have to feel good about the depth on both sides of the ball, and that's all I got to say.
Thank you, man. I appreciate the phone call. Appreciate you listening. That's the
We
thing.
just
like,
had the depth conversation
well,
too.
but guy going, hey, because everybody, like, there's a lot of y'all out there that are like, hey, man, it's a preseason game. And I get that.
Yeah.
But what did you see in the preseason game? Did you see an opportunity for depth at certain positions? Because I certainly saw Rashad Weaver, and that guy, give me one preseason game on him. I'm already believing the hype, and he's going to help the team. I'm already there. Christian Fulton draped all over people making plays. Now, that's a number one going against non-number ones in a lot of cases. Rashad Weaver, they better get him going against number ones. He's going to kill somebody. I don't know who's going to die first. Whoever is relying on Tim Tebow to block people or, like, depth guy trying to block Rashad Weaver. Y'all see those blocks by Tim Tebow?
Man.
Hey, man.
What's wrong with you?
Hey, man.
You're already mad he has a roster spot, right?
Hey, man.
Is that what are you mad he has a roster spot?
But this
because
is-
of what you just saw?
This
on
is
tape?
what I was talking about, Babs. Yes. Like, come on. They did everything but lay the pillow down for him. He could have took a nap in them blocks. Like, are you serious?
Well, the one, like,
No.
two of them went viral. So, and they were back-to-back plays. So the one, he's like trying to, I don't know what he's trying to do, but the running back runs around him. So technically, like, he got in the way of a guy, but he missed the block. Does that make sense? And then, like, he's not even watching what he's doing. He gets up and he puts his helmet right in the sternum of one of his own players.
His own player. Hey, man, this.
I'm going to try to find him and retweet him again so you guys can see if you haven't seen. The other one, it looked like he was trying to get to the second level, but he didn't give enough on the first level. And the guy on the first level ended up making the tackle, just crashing the line. And then there's a fake one that's out there where they're like, look, man, his teammates are even taking targets from him. He like runs down the middle of the field. He's wide open. And then a receiver cuts in
Now,
front
why'd
of
you
him
say
and
that was
catches.
fake?
I think it's fake.
I think it's all real.
You think it's real?
I believe in everything.
The
now.
receiver cuts in front of him and catches the ball, and
And he's
Tebow's
just
just standing there
like-
like, what just happened?
Oh, they took my ball.
You
Which-
know that there's some rookies that look just like that out there, too.
They need to show me.
Well, those rookies ain't making the team.
Well, Tim
They
Tebow's
need
not
to-
making the team either.
That's what I'm
He bet. I ain't gonna say bet now because I want everybody to have a job. But I'm just saying.
Well, he's got a job.
Yeah, I love him on SEC Network.
Yeah, he can go work with Babsy.
Kill him, Babs.
He's going to be the team chaplain week 1. I don't know what y'all are talking about. I'm seriously.
And I'm with that.
Like, I understand why Urban Meyer brought him into the organization. They have a relationship.
Yep.
He knows what that guy does leadership-wise. He knows how he brings the best out of other people. He knows the positivity he brings, all of that, right? Because clearly in all the stories that we've heard of Urban Meyer and what he's doing at this level, he is treating it more like a college kind of coaching job than a pro coaching job. We've heard the stories, right? You hear what he says.
Yep.
So I understand why he brought him in. But at that point, bring him in as your motivational coach, as your chaplain, as your whatever, get right guy. I don't care. Maybe he's better suited for that role. I will say this, though. What is it with people just hoping and wishing and celebrating that guy failing?
Because,
Why?
I'm not there. I love that dude.
I don't want him to fail. I just don't. Go play your position. Whatever your position, go try out for quarterback, man.
But he can't. He's not good enough there.
Bang, bingo. So, it's part is over. Turn the lights out, unplug the microphones, do everything, get the DJ equipment. Let's go home, man.
And I don't
sneak back out there and turn the disco ball light on and dance on the middle of the dance floor with your headphones in.
He was
the party's
kinda
over.
It's fine, but I don't understand why everybody, like, not everybody, but why there's such a large portion of the population that just waits and scrutinizes and waits for that guy to fail.
And that's my thing,
It is weird.
Well, most
I don't
of those
want him to
people,
fail.
it's a different reason than with Slade.
I don't want him to have
know.
that spot for someone else because being a pro athlete going through that situation, I know somebody can have that spot. I know they can. And this is what you going to display? Nah, man. It's somebody working their butt off that didn't get that phone call, and he's out there. That's
I
all
will
I'm
say
saying.
this, judging by what he put on tape, no wonder he never switched
Hey.
from a quarterback
Listen,
position. 'Cause
Urban, those guys
he wouldn't
can,
make it then.
listen,
either.
they can sell all that all they want to, but once you put game tape out there,
It don't lie.
the eye in the sky don't lie.
It don't lie. And that's the whole thing of it. Like, I would love for him to do good. But, man, come on. You got to show me now. You out there. You want me over for camp. You in there. Go do something, please. Because it's somebody that needs that spot, man.
At 3HL 1045, we just retweeted both of those whiffs. 615-737-1045. Let's go back to the phones. Hunk AJ in Nashville next up on 3HL. Hey, AJ, what's up?
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Good.
All right, what is it? Get off that dance floor. It's over with Tebow.
Man, the lights off.
Man, you better turn them off. Don't cut them back on. You know, it's just a Tennessee thing. We don't care about them Florida people. But anyway, you know, I like the way that the Titans played, you know what I'm saying, even though it's one preseason game. I think I can already kind of see Jim Schwartz putting his little hand on things, you know, bringing it back to how it used to be back in the days with the Titans. And, you know, so I just want to hang up and listen to y'all and see what y'all think about that.
Thank you. I think that's an interesting point to make. I think this is Shane Bowen's defense, and I love the fact that they took him out of the linebacker position room and just made him the defensive coordinator and, like, this is your job to organize all of this. And I love the fact that he has a sounding board in, you know, Vrabel. I love the fact that he has a sounding board, and I love this more, actually, that he has the sounding board in Jim Schwartz. I don't think he'll overstep his boundary necessarily, but I think Shane Bowen is the kind of personality type that he will take instruction and ask for advice. So, yeah, I granted, as Don said, I only saw two starters out there. Rashawn Evans, Jayon Brown, a little bit. Maybe I missed somebody. Christian Fulton, I guess you could count. Byard was out there, yet. But that defense looked different. Just from a, I hate to say effort standpoint, but, I mean, they were flying around, flying to the football. And there were a lot of depth guys that really showed themselves to be that. And that's what you need.
I hate to be this person.
Here, go.
Okay. Are you concerned at all? Because we've now had two callers that have pointed out the defense, that it has been the biggest positive, the thing that stands out from preseason game number one. Is there any concern at all as to how bad the Falcons are? Or does it still stand out to you? Does it still, I mean, do you take anything away from how bad that Falcons team is?
I've been on that train.
I think that's a fair question for sure. But I also think if you've watched football all your life, you can kind of differentiate between like what you're seeing against the competition level. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I mean, I was excited again. I was excited to see Rashad Weaver get in there because they need that extra guy out there, and they need that rotational dude. And he may be more than that. I don't know, but he's at least that.
Yeah,
which is good. That's a good start. I love seeing Jayon Brown back out there, just running around. You know what you got in him. Rashaan Evans works so well. They work so well off each other. Yeah, I mean, you want to see the ones against the ones for sure, but I was impressed.
What I look at, and I wanted to see going into this game, I was never really concerned with the ones. Definitely on the defense to see how their communication is, how they vibe as a defense. Hey, AJ Brown. Hey, vibe with me, bro.
Yeah, I don't
how
need
they
to, I
vibe
don't
on
need
the
to
defense.
see him.
Yeah,
I don't need to see that guy.
All that, you know what I mean? The defense I want to see, but we were more, well, I was more concerned with the depth and what that would look like. Like, that's what we kept on. I know I kept asking Coach Mack and Mike Keefe the questions whether the defensive line was going to have guys to back them up. Do they have to keep playing all the plays, or do you got? And he said Big Merch is a guy you better look out for. Also, Weaver is a guy you better look out for. So with those guys playing the way they did, I want to see them compete, and I think we got to see them compete with a motor the entire time, regardless of who it is. So my thing is, if Babs, you play for Atlanta, and I play for the Titans, if they put Babs in front of me, I don't care if it's Babs. I don't care if it's Dolly Parton. I don't care who it is. I got to dominate them. Just like you ought to feel you got to dominate me regardless of who it is. So that's my take on it. And I think we saw that. And that is very, very promising.
Dolly Parton was a very weird pull there.
That was.
But that's what I'm saying.
Where'd you grab Dolly Parton?
I just put anybody in front of me. That's what I was saying. Yeah, put the Farm Bureau guy in front of me. I'm looking
Dolly
at him.
Parton is a saint. Don't you ever talk about dominating her.
That's Rocky Top all day. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Put who's somebody else? Mother Teresa.
Oh, okay.
Put Mother Teresa in front of me.
That's much better.
Yeah. I'm going down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Put anybody in front of me.
Let's stop now. I don't want to know who's next.
Put the Pope.
Do we have a giveaway today? The two most random people mentioned by Slay.
Put
in the
the
3
great
o'clock hour.
Dalai Lama in front of me. I'm taking them down through there.
Dolly Parton.
I put Dolly. What about Dalai Lama?
This is a heck of a list, man.
Oh,
I'm just saying, man. Regardless if it was the ones, the twos, the threes, the trainers, the mascots, put T-Rack, G Nash, anybody in front of them. Yeah, that's
Call him that.
Brent told me that, so I'm just
I
keep on
love
calling
that
him
that stuck.
I'm gonna keep on calling him that.
G Nash is our thing now. I love it.
It is. I'm dominating any of them.
You saw G Nash last night.
He tried to put me in the boom boom room.
He did.
Yeah, he tried to. Yeah.
Was he successful?
No, he was not.
Did he give you a heads up on that 4-year, $20 million UC Soros contract
No,
that came down today?
So this is my problem with the mascots. I'm talking to them, and they're giving me hands. They don't talk back.
No.
Well, what do you want them to do?
Say something. Whisper back to me or something.
They're not allowed to.
I know, but like it's just me and you. Nobody's around.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, that ain't right.
Talk. How'd he put you in the boom boom room?
Oh, the physical boom boom room this time though. Not the
Not the sleigh boom.
Yeah, not the sleigh boom.
G Nash just attacked you?
Yeah, he tried to post me up in the boom boom room. And then I asked him, I said, hey man, can you help me get on the glass? And he looked at me and started pointing and saying, like, he got the same facial expression, like it doesn't change.
That's what's scary about mascots.
And he was doing like this, like
Remember,
yeah, I maybe can get you on. Like,
you know who freaked me out? Remember the Burger King? Like with the gigantic face?
Yeah, the king.
Yeah, the king with the gigantic
Oh, that
face.
was creepy.
That was-
He wouldn't change his.
smile.
He wouldn't change his facial
Yeah, they
expression.
ought to change them, man. Like sometimes maybe they frown. Like what if we're on a losing streak, and you bring T-Rack in, and he got. What if he only got one black eye that day?
You know who's not on a losing streak? We talked about this on Friday. The Baltimore Ravens. They won again.
Yeah.
18 consecutive preseason wins for the Baltimore Ravens.
That defense.
That just shows you it doesn't matter. Preseason doesn't
True.
matter.
It matters to them, clearly.
I say
It does matter
preseason doesn't matter. It does matter for individual players, and it's a big deal, and it's important.
Mm-hmm.
And all the tweets saying, "Oh, it's meaningless crap football. That's all bunk." But
Nobody says that but you.
oh,
It's bunk. I'm gonna say it with you.
And like that old lady that was left on the Titanic in that movie.
She said bunk.
Yeah, I'm sure she did. Because that's when
I'm
they.
sure Rose?
No, bunk is like a cool word. Ask the kids.
Rose was on that. She was the last one left.
Yeah, when DiCaprio painted her nude body,
Yep.
she was like,
So
"That's
did.
bunk."
No.
What you mean you're not an artist?
Oh my
Hey,
God.
He was like,
Where are we going?
He was like,
Where
We're
we
taking
going
a
with this?
break.
they were. They were
That's
going
where
to,
we're going.
They were going to the bunk bed.
In the back of that car.
We'll be right back. Mike Keith next.
Coming up tomorrow.
Artisan in 20.
Titans linebacker
Titanic. Saw that a couple of
Beautiful.
times. What, hearing Mike Keith and Titans Radio? Yeah.
No, hearing him say sack.
Well, yeah, I know. It's game time. I just
We
figured
didn't have a whole lot of that last year. I'm just saying.
this time of year, Mike Keith, when he's going to bed, he just announces it to the whole family. I'm ready to hit the sack!
I like that.
Mike Keith joins us now. What's up, Vaught? How are you, man?
Well played, sir. Well played.
Hey, man, broadcast professional.
You are a broadcast professional. Thank you
Journalist.
for having me on the program today, right before our open practice. This is pretty exciting.
Yeah, 5 to 7 tonight at Nissan Stadium, presented by Pinnacle. Doors open at 4 o'clock. We're broadcasting live in between gates 8 and 9. And I know from talking to a bunch of people in the Titans organization that they were looking for things to do to get fans involved because of the construction going on at the facility. And so this is a great opportunity to come out and see the 1-0. I know it's preseason. I don't care. 1-0 Tennessee Titans practice. It's going to be fun.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun for people. I was looking at the script, and I think they're going to have a chance to see a lot of people do a lot of different things. There were some guys back in practice yesterday, and I would imagine they'll be able to continue tonight, and that's certainly good news as the team, gets ready to go to Tampa tomorrow for the practices on Wednesday and Thursday. But you're 100% right, Brent. We were just desperate to do something for the fans because, the construction at St. Thomas Sports Park is one thing, and then the fact that, we're sharing the stadium, and so there are dates that obviously we couldn't just jump in here at any point for obvious reasons. Nobody's fault. It's just that's the way it worked out. And so for us to be able to find this date, to work everything out, and when I pulled up here about an hour ago, it was great to see people already getting in position to come into the stadium at 4 o'clock because I think everybody's just ready. That's the way we feel, and it seems like that's how Titans fans feel as well.
I will say this. You mentioned the fans, and just from our phone calls that we've had today, a lot of positivity, a lot of excitement after that preseason win over the Falcons. And I just brought up, I said, okay, are you concerned with the level of opponent to which your broadcast partner and the GOAT, Coach Matt, called me immediately and said, I'm answering your question, that the opponent has absolutely no effect on your effort and intensity, and that's how we coach it. So basically he's calling me to tell me to keep my powder dry on that part.
Nice.
Yes.
Good reference.
I know. But kind of hit us on that because you've been doing this a while, and it's very easy to sit here and say preseason games don't matter from that standpoint as far as the results. But what did you see against the Falcons, and what do you take away from that one for this Titans team where we didn't see a whole lot of starters?
We've got guys that can help us. I think that's the part of it that stands out to me the most, Dawn, is we've got players down the line that can help us, and you don't see us at a lot of positions and you say, hey, they better get a guy or two. Man, they got nobody at this spot. That to me is the exciting part of it, is we've got players who have potential, who can provide depth. And I mentioned this to Buck earlier, and I'll say it again because I think it's worth repeating. Some of those guys are playing this year. There's going to be a game at some point in October or November or December or January where you're going to be thin enough that some of those dudes are going to have to play in a real game and win. The way they went about the job the other night, it didn't look too big for them. You didn't see a bunch of guys look confused or lost or, make the big mistake. I think it was a really good representation of where the football team is and also where the organization is. We're deeper. We're a deeper team than we have been in a long time. And we've said this a few times over the last 25 years, but certainly not every year. This is going to be a year where several of the guys who get waived end up being NFL players. It's going to happen. They are going to make active NFL rosters, even getting waived from the Titans because Tennessee can't keep everybody.
Mike Keith, voice of the Titans. All right, we heard the call. Rashad Weaver went to sack. He had another one. That guy, Mike, was all over the place. And here's the thing. He was lining up. He was lining up with his hand on the ground. You want to talk about a guy at the very least is going to be a rotational player. That was good stuff.
Well, it's what you were excited about with Weaver. He had never played, that 3-4 outside linebacker, which in some cases you're asked to stand up and you line up in different spots. And in some cases, in obvious passing situations, you become a defensive lineman. And when you go to the nickel and you only have two positionally listed defensive linemen, that, you become a D lineman. I think he can do all of that. He's got a ways to go. He's going to see some better talent in terms of what's going to be blocking him in Tampa. He's not going to take anybody by surprise, but he's got tremendous ability, and he's beyond a try-hard guy who's motivated. I mean, when he came out of high school, he was ranked the 1,536th player in the country. He was a two-star, and Michigan dropped him. He had committed to Michigan early. They dropped him. He ended up at Pittsburgh, and he's always played with that kind of chip on his shoulder. I think going in the fourth round has done it to him again. I don't think he's elated about that, and I think he feels like he has something to prove. He's very coachable. So really good start for young Mr. Weaver. I was certainly glad we had him on Titans Countdown. That made us look smart.
Mike Keith, if nobody is used to listening to you, I'm going to start listening to you. And I'm going to be out here waving your flag because you said pay attention to Big Merch, and Big Merch came to play.
Yep.
Well, we try.
Well,
that's what
you ain't got to toot the horn, Mike Keith. I'll toot it for you. Don't you worry about that, brother. I got you.
We got your horn and everything that goes with it.
Well, we're lucky that they let us watch practice, and we're lucky that they really give us access to the ball club. And we have some relationships that we built within the team where you can have some conversations, and people will be frank with you. And so to watch for certain things. And, that's what we hope we add is a little bit different element because we're coming at it from a different perspective. We're quite literally Titans radio, and that's what we want to be. I mean, our entire crew has been at, if not every practice, virtually every practice. Certainly during the course of the year, we'll see about 90% of the practices, and that helps. Watching practice and knowing what to look for is a big deal.
And I say that to say that you're doing more than just calling the game. That's what I'm saying. You're not just the voice of the Titans, but analyzing as well.
That means a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike Keith. Appreciate the visit.
Have fun
It's
tonight.
good being with you.
Yeah, take your flowers and go.
I'm going to have a good time. Yeah, we're doing a live look in on our streaming. Where is that again? At TennesseeTitans.com. Yeah, TennesseeTitans.com.
Yep.
From 5:15 to 5:35. If you can't make it, and not everybody can get here by then, I get it. So if you can, we certainly want to have you here. If you can't, keep up with it that way, and obviously keep listening to 104.5 The Zone and the 3 Del.
There you go, Mikey. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
All right, there he is, the voice of the Titans. A little flexibility today. Normally at 4:20 on Mondays, but Frank Caliendo could do live on set. So that's what's going to happen at 4:20. More of your phone calls when we come back, plus some Tennessee Vols bits of news and notes. Scrimmage coming up tomorrow.
Go Vols.
What are they looking to see coming off that scrimmage on Thursday? So scrimmage 2.
Go Vols.
He's Ron Slay. We'll be right back. 615-737-1045.
The Titans play.
You're live.
3HL 1045 The Zone. Happy freaking Monday, y'all.
Yep.
It doesn't feel like a Monday.
Feel like Titans. Titans is in there.
All day Saturday, I thought it was Sunday. I don't know what was going on there.
You said the same thing on Thursday. You felt Thursday felt like Friday.
You're just off.
Yeah,
I'm all discombobulated.
Get your days up.
We are broadcasting live outside, in between gates 8 and 9.
Yep.
I'm literally right in front of the the Trans-Perfect Music City Bowl logo. TSU logo, CMA Music Festival logo, which didn't happen this year. Dang it. Come by and see us. People are coming in. Gates opened at 4 o'clock. We've got cornhole right in front of us, although I think the boards are a little long.
Yeah, they got to get them boards lined up right, man.
I missed the board completely 3 times and made one through the hole.
And you went to UT, so that ain't supposed to happen. So I'm going to vouch for you on that.
Do you know the distance it's supposed to be?
No, I have no
I
idea.
thought it was like
Usually,
9 to 10 steps.
There is very little chance that I'm ever sober when I'm doing that, so that felt kind of weird.
Yeah. I think it's 9 to 10 steps from the front of the board to the next front of the board.
Okay, you going to tell everybody what else is right by us?
Yeah, I'm getting there. I think are they? There's the mobile health center over there. Are they doing vaxes?
I think so.
We'll have
to
They
find
are
out on that.
somewhere. I don't know if it's right here, but they absolutely are somewhere.
Hashtag shot of hope.
It's
over
the J&J, I think.
That's the one I got.
That's the one I got.
All right.
Oh, we both did. That's
Yeah.
right, because y'all wanted to be one and done. Like
One and done, man.
Kentucky basketball.
Why do I want to drag it out?
I like Kentucky basketball.
See,
Ooh.
all you did by dragging it out was make yourself a mess.
Accurate. That is accurate.
Brett Doherty,
But
Don
I also
Davenport,
saw
that's
how
her.
sick you were, and I was like, I ain't doing that.
Yeah, but I think it's because I had the antibodies. Remember, I told you, a doctor told my wife, if you have the antibodies, wait until after the antibodies, then get the vaccination.
Yes. It's
Although a
actually
lot of
not
people are
great
just kinda-
for your immune system.
A lot of people are just making you get the vaccination, anyway. So
Yeah. That's a whole different conversation. It's going to be
he said-
interesting to see liability.
he said if you have the antibodies and you get the vaccination, that's when you're going to have, sick issues. So I'd never heard that before. So anyway, but yeah, I think you can get the vaccination over there. Go see the women in purple, the mobile health center, big RV set up. It's bigger than Moan's.
Yeah.
What if Moan just rolled up in one of those things next year?
Oh.
Got to upgrade.
Yeah, I'd love to be driving that.
Could you drive that?
Yeah. Man, I drive anything. I drive one of these Titan trucks up off of this ramp. It's in the air. I can drive anything, man.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
You might get caught. I don't know.
It's cool. Might damage it just a little bit, but we got to show how tight and tough it is. Tighten up.
Also, to the right of us, if you're looking at us, to the left of, but to the right of us, anyway, our right, the Humane Society is set up over there. I saw Dawn over there. They've got pens with, puppies in them.
Oh, dude.
And I saw Dawn over there. I was like, just what you need, another dog to add to the 4 you've already got.
There is one puppy that has the 2 different colored eyes, like my patent dog that I always talk about wants to eat everybody, but he's my guy. He's my rescue, my favorite. Yeah. There's a little puppy that looks just like him.
I told
Do
Dawn.
you realize
I
that
said,
I would be a single woman if I dare walked into my house with
I told her how to
another
handle
dog?
it. Let's see if this would work. Slade, do you think this would work? I said this is how you would handle it. You would have the puppy in the car, and then your husband would come out and greet you like a romantic comedy, because that's how he greets you every day. Comes running out of the house with music playing.
Although I haven't seen him in 2 weeks, so he might do that.
Yeah. And you'll be like, honey, I got a surprise. He's like, what, babe? And you're like, I'm pregnant.
Oh.
And then he's like his heart literally stops in his chest for 2 seconds. And then you're like, no, I'm just kidding. I got a puppy.
Oh, gosh.
And so that would be, much
For him,
better
better.
on the nerve-wracking scale. Right?
I want a puppy or a dog so bad. Well, a puppy is a dog. But after, I'm going to tell you what. After
It's so much work.
I
that's
love it when
after
you correct
hearing-
yourself.
After hearing what Babs has gone through, just the last, I've been since into April, just the last 3 months, Babs been going through it with the dog.
Oh, man. I had a tail amputation and
ACL?
torn ACL, the second
You got
one.
a football team.
Good Lord.
You trying to get through the preseason to get to the season, Babs.
we're finally all off the pup list. It just took a while.
I mean, she had a pup on the hydro
Treadmill.
Treadmill, yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, he rocked that, too. I mean, he attacked his rehab.
That's
He attacked his
That's how you
ring.
gotta
Caleb
do it.
Farley attacked his
Like a
rehab.
dog.
That's right.
Buck Fam on Twitter, 27 feet between boards.
There you go. Oh, that's probably accurate.
Is that from
it's
the front of
probably
the front of the board though? Front of the board, the front of the board.
27 feet sounds long.
I'm in the building. I'm in the building.
Yeah, there's Ron
Drop
Slay.
it.
Sorry. Don Davenport, Ron Slay.
I ain't gonna talk.
Broadcasting live outside Nissan Stadium.
Real quick, I just texted Mr. Babs a picture of that puppy.
Uh-oh.
He wrote back, "What am I looking at?"
Like, tell me it's
Right
not
back,
the dog.
right back. Brent says divorce. Frank Caliendo is going to stop by in about 10 minutes, so we
yeah.
look forward to that. We had him on last Tuesday, and if you missed that conversation, he was phenomenal.
Oh.
I mean, he sold the place out at Zany's based on that one conversation.
Yep.
We're going to take complete credit for that.
Yep.
Had nothing to do with Frank. No, it had everything to do with Frank. He is so funny, that dude.
I'm gonna make sure I don't laugh.
Why are you going on like a laugh strike with Frank Caliendo?
Cause I'm trying to prove to myself he couldn't have been that funny.
You will not last 3 minutes.
I'm not laughing.
So you're saying Frank Caliendo is a drug, and you're trying to go through the 12-step process.
Yeah.
And step one is do not laugh at Frank.
I'm going through the Johnson & Johnson process. One and done. I'm out of there. I'm not gonna do it. Frank, if you're listening, I'm not gonna do it. And I'm coming to a show tonight, people. So that's how funny he is. But I'm just saying, right now in this segment, I'm gonna show y'all how funny he's not, and I'm not gonna laugh.
3 minutes.
It's quite a challenge.
3 minutes. So I'll keep saying. I'm telling
Like
you, man.
every comedian's worst nightmare. People not laughing.
You just
You're
met him.
You're
That's
just
what I'm
gonna
telling
get
him when
it.
he walk up. You just met your worst nightmare, buddy. You just met Jason Voorhees. You just met Freddy Krueger. You just met Mike Myers.
How many people know Jason's
Cujo.
last name?
Pennywise. Who? Wine Seltzer. Brian Seltzer. Oh, come on. Not the real name. Kirby Allen Kirby. You met him. All wrapped in one.
Michael from Halloween.
Yeah, Mike Myers. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, that's me. Give me your worst nightmare. Now,
Oh, man. All
show
right.
me that.
Some
big
would
guy.
say Tennessee football would be your worst nightmare. Fall scrimmage tomorrow.
Hey, come on.
Cedric Tillman said the biggest key is to play with tempo. I heard that from a lot of people meeting with the media today. They were
Yeah.
talking about getting the tempo right. Jalen Hyatt is in the slot primarily, which I love.
Man,
He said room to run around defenders.
mismatch.
Let's see.
Golly.
What else? Tennessee offensive tackle Darnell Wright on not transferring. This is a great quote. You ready? Quote, that's not really my personality to get up and run from adversity.
Come on,
End
man.
Quote.
That's what I'm looking for.
You want to talk about a captain?
That's
right
what
there?
I'm looking
That's
for.
what captains say.
That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. People like that. Dogs. We ain't running from nothing. Bring it on, Babs.
He said he weighed 360 when he got back from COVID break. That's what he said. COVID break. He weighed
Hey,
360.
Darnell, we all feel you.
He's at
Yeah.
320 now.
I need
that is
that.
work.
What?
That is work.
I still
Running
ain't
backs
got
coach
down.
Jerry Mack loves Jamari Small and Tyon Evans, said they are 1A and 1B, could play them both at the same time, which is interesting. So some Tennessee notes, they have a scrimmage coming up tomorrow. When we come back,
I like that.
we're expecting, depending on traffic, the arrival of one Frank Caliendo.
I'm in his dreams right now. I'm in his nightmare. He probably can't even get up. I won't even let him get up. I'm in his nightmare holding him down. Get up, Frank. Get up.
We'll be right
Nobody talks.
Buddy Allen, then Bristol. Buddy Allen in 30.
the gigantic Titans glove hands that make the Titans logo. Don sent it to Ramon Foster.
I didn't mean to. I didn't realize he was all up in our chain.
He said, I'm surprised Don didn't make the hand stick up a middle finger.
What in the world?
People have this image of you, Davenport. I don't know what's happened.
Apparently. I'm like the nicest person ever.
You had a baby and everything changed.
What, I got nice after I had a baby?
No, I think it went the other way.
Yeah, might have gone the other way.
We're waiting on Frank Caliendo. He's circling the stadium looking for Lot K, which is right outside where we are, in between gates 8 and 9. And you can come throw some cornhole. I still think those boards are a little too far.
Yeah,
they
fixed it, though.
Oh, they did? Okay.
No. The ones throwing now, the guys throwing right now, they fixed it.
27 feet.
Yeah, that's what they got. That's about 35 feet. What they
Kirby,
got.
measure it. 27.
You know he's got like some kind of yardstick or something.
He does. It's on his phone. He's doing it right now.
Does he?
Yeah.
You can come by and see Rich and the crew.
Look at it.
We've got, we got? Magnet schedules. What we got?
2021 Titan schedules that are magnets. You can throw on the refrigerator and see the entire schedule. You can also stop by and pick up or scan our QR code to sign up for Titans and Bears preseason tickets.
There you go.
Could I scan that?
No, you cannot win.
I like to be involved.
You can't win stuff from this station.
You're
out.
What kind of station is this?
I love how Rich says 2021 schedule. I mean, if it was the 2020 schedule, it's like throwback.
They might bring it back from last year. Run it back.
Yeah, he said they're leftovers 2020. I see Adam Noose here, former general manager of the Nashville Sounds, now working with the Titans.
Yep.
He's over there perusing the Humane Society pins.
So how does that work? You just go over there and say, I want that dog, or you got to sign up, or don't you got to show some? Or
yeah, I mean, they'll do like a check on you, make sure that you're a good home.
Yeah, I was going to say.
A good home for them.
Do you think that we would all qualify as like adequate dog parents?
I'm going to keep it. See, that's my thing. I'm going to keep the dog with me at all times. Whatever dog I get, it's got to be with me at all times.
I mean, there's a sign on our station saying no dogs allowed.
But don't the dogs aren't the dogs able to put on the vest and say what kind of dog? Service dog. That's what I need. Yeah.
You can make your dog a comfort dog too.
Emotional support.
Emotional support.
Oh, really?
Visit hospitals, love on patients.
And he can go in any building and everything with me.
Yep.
That's what I'm getting.
And fly with you too.
I'm getting a red Doberman pension.
Okay.
So
that's typically not one of the comfort dogs. Usually.
See, I'm training him to get the comfort dog.
There you go.
There is a no dogs allowed sign, but did they know that when they hired you?
No, because they brought a dog. That's exactly what you got. You got a dog. I'm ready to compete against anybody, anytime, any station. Line them up. I'm bucking them down. We got Buck coming on today, too. You like how I threw that in?
Yeah, you can buck him down, too.
Yeah, I'm just saying. You know what I mean? You line up against me, man, hey, you got something different coming. I'm just telling you. You know, 3HL, we're in the building. You know what I'm saying? That's just like that.
Speaking of the Bears,
loud and proud.
I saw an NFL note. The Chicago Bears coach Matt Nagy said he's going to push to get rookie quarterback Justin Fields more work with the number ones against the ones in the days and weeks ahead.
Oh, really?
The head coach starts saying that. What's up, Frank? How are you, man?
Frank is in the building.
No, my bad.
Then they were trying to 14 to 20, 142 yards and a touchdown. He ran the ball 5 times for 33 yards and another touchdown. I told you, Justin Fields in Chicago.
You did say that. You said he was going to be starting.
Look who's here, Frank Caliendo.
Made it right on time, right, guys?
Perfect timing.
Is that, did I do it right?
You were circling the stadium.
We went all the way around the stadium.
Well, you needed to get a view, right?
Yeah, I did that one time. Actually, I probably shouldn't say this, but I was in that.
You did like me?
It was, well, actually, I wasn't. I was thinking I was in it, but I wasn't. I was imagining I was with Gruden, like, circle around KC, let's do a victory lap, man. Somebody had told me about it. And then I imagined myself being there.
I do that all the time.
But I'm like, I've never hung out with the Raiders like after games. So I've talked to them before a game, pregame, but I've never been with them after a game. So I had an imaginary memory.
It's like when Kramer sold his stories on Seinfeld. He couldn't tell them anymore. Jay Peterman had them.
Jay Peterman owns them. They're not mine anymore.
Did you, like, Slay has said he's not going to
I know,
laugh.
I saw-
We'll see.
I
It's
saw
like
you
a
said,
hunger
look,
strike over here,
do me
except
hey, make eye contact. Would you?
Right? He won't. He can't
No.
do it. Look at him.
I was gonna wear a
I don't-
mask. I
I'm
was
like,
gonna wear a
why-
mask.
why- are you fighting this?
come on. Oh, it's all giggle.
You know what he loves?
Come on, don't be a knucklehead. Where are we going?
He loves Morgan Freeman.
Ah, yes. There he started the giggle
Crazy.
I'm not doing it.
in the boom room.
Come on, Frank, man.
I think you were in the boom boom womb at one
The
point.
boom, boom, boom. Ah, yes. I remember the trip out. It seemed like we were looking into an abyss, and suddenly we were heading toward the sun. That's what they say. Move toward the light. As we,
Hey, man.
truth of the matter is, I wasn't sure what was happening, but this was the birth of a brand new character.
What? How would Morgan Freeman
on,
call
man.
a Titans sack? See, we're
He wouldn't get excited, would he?
well, we get real excited as Titans fans about we didn't see a whole lot of sacks last year.
Right.
You know, they didn't sniff the quarterback too often
Well, I
last
would probably concentrate more on Mike Vrabel. Just take a look, because he's about as animated most of the time until he gets angry as I am right now. He's just sitting over there staring. Don't get on Mike's bad side.
Hey, man. See, now listen, people. The listeners, I know. See, they're writing in on the chat and everything right now on YouTube, Zone TV.
The boom boom womb.
Yeah, and I
From
said I
Amanda,
wasn't
right
gonna
there.
do it. I was not gonna do it. But see, the problem is the reason I didn't want to do it because I'm going to the show tonight. So
Okay.
I didn't.
Oh, my
I
gosh.
didn't want to be laughing from 4:20 all the way to whenever the show ends. Like
All
that's just silly, you know. Because I
you
did
might
it all
you,
weekend.
you might wear out. You
yeah,
never know.
exactly. I'm tired of clutching my stomach. I'm
You know
sick of
what'll
it,
help
Frank.
you get through all that? Uncle
What?
Tito.
Oh, no,
Repeatedly.
Tito gonna be Tito might be up there with Frank. Enough of them. By the time he get up there, I might be 6 deep.
You called the other day. You were in Arizona, a big Arizona Cardinals fan. I understand.
Well, yeah, you know, a friend of mine, I used to coach a flag football team, and a young man by the name of Carson Kime was on the team, and his dad is Steve Kime. So it's kind of fun because Steve Kime was the GM of the Arizona Cardinals, would text John Gruden during the game, and he's like, hey, look at this guy. And Gruden would text back, why is that coach wearing a backpack right now? Caliendo's wearing a backpack while coaching flag football. These kids are going to need some type of mental therapy after this because he's running them into the ground, man. It's not any good. Caliendo, stay away from the youth of this country, man.
Gruden. Hey,
Yeah.
man. Dude,
Well, the reason why I brought that up was the Arizona Cardinals are playing the Titans in the opener. So we need to get you here in some kind of sweet type environment.
No, you can't do that. Then I lose my sweet privileges over there.
Oh, you just have to wear a Titans jersey for one
Battle
day.
of the
You can do
for
that.
one day, the most important day.
Nobody would know. I mean, it's not like there's social media or anything. You're good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
just speak
Yeah.
as somebody else.
Yeah.
all
Just
you gotta
pretend
do.
to be somebody
Yeah,
else.
yeah, let's be cool.
Who was the comedian that you listened to as a kid and kind of made you want to go down that path? Was there one or two?
Robin Williams, probably.
Oh,
Robin
You
Williams.
have that kind of energy.
I wish I had that kind of energy. Oh my God, here we go. Who knew? Okay, that kind of kind of thing. That was him. There was an old school guy, Jonathan Winters.
Yep.
But I would watch Saturday Night Live, Dana Carvey, those guys. I mean, even all the Saturday Night Live people, Eddie Murphy, John Belushi, Chris Farley, all
My guy.
the huge. Dear sweet heaven, what are we doing here? Did I tell you about that? That's
he
where my
just
Dan
saw
Campbell
that for
comes
the
from.
first time.
Oh, really?
I
My
did.
name is Matt Foley. Yeah, that's where my Dan Campbell, the coach of the Detroit Lions, that's
Yeah.
where that was coming from.
That's
Although
funny.
it becomes a little more Super Dave. I get a venti, I go get a venti, and I get two shots. That's all I do is just do sound effects with Dan Campbell. Like, it was so ridiculous. So it's pretty good, but I don't know. And then
So Robin Williams, I remember
Robin
watching him, and I think he was doing a show in San Francisco or something, and it was on television. And like the amount of sweat coming off that guy's
yeah.
body, I mean, it's just
Well, I got to tell you
unbelievable.
this little story. So I was at this resort called the Greenbrier. Have you ever heard that in West Virginia? It's called the Greenbrier.
Hey, my boy.
And It looks like Christmas exploded in Hawaii.
Okay.
I mean, it's just kind of a crazy thing. But I got word that Terry Bradshaw was the speaker in the morning, and I've known Terry for 20 years. So Terry, I haven't told you the story, have I?
No.
I don't think I was. I think this because this just happened. This happened on Saturday, right? So yeah, it's when it happened. So Terry's on in the morning. I text him. I'll tell you the actual text. This is what's so funny. Dealing with Terry Bradshaw is because he's exactly like you think he would be like. You know, that stuff you see on TV, that's him. So I text him, TB, it's Frank Caliendo. Welcome to the Green Bar. I'm going tomorrow night. Same company as you, just saying hello. Might come watch you speak tomorrow. And he's like, he always says, I give speeches. I do my speeches, you know. And so he's like, good morning, Frank. How cool is this? You and I, 3 letters, you and I, same company. Some things, not some things never change, do they? Period, not question mark. You're getting about $100,000 and I'm getting $1,500. There's the difference. Maybe I'll see you in the morning or not. He texted me that in the morning. So I texted him 3:00 in the afternoon. The next morning he texted me that. I'm like, hey, I didn't see that. I didn't want to surprise you because I slept in because I didn't hear from you last night. Right. And then he texts me this back. Just leaving, but I did talk about you and I look for you. You're going to love these people. They're great. I gave a bad speech. So good hearing from you, Frank. So I get up on stage. I'm like, I guess Terry talked about me. And they're like, oh. I'm like, what did he say? They're like, he just went up there and called you Fat Frank the whole time. Oh, my God. Fat Frank. Just say hi to 10 people pressed me in the belly. And the funny thing is, he's fatter than me right now. He kept going, this is my water weight. This is my water weight. And I'm like, yeah, what, from the Titanic? That's the band's still playing, man. Come on.
So when you get texts from people that like you do, well, that sounds bad. Right. From your impression people, do you read those texts like
I
you
do
just
read
did
them.
in their voice?
I got one. I did that thing with Barkley and Shaq doing I might have told you about this, but Barkley and Shaq doing play-by-play of the Nuns playing basketball last year during the lockdown. Yeah. And the play-by-play was done by Marv Albert. And I got a text from Marv Albert. That was one of the finest impressions of me that I have ever heard in my entire life. Yes, with authority. And Kenny Albert had texted me before, who I've known for years at Fox. He's like, is it okay if my dad texts you? And I'm like, yes! That would be unstoppable. But like, Kuiper doesn't text. But the first time I ever talked to Mel Kiper Jr. Was after I did it on ESPN. I did it on there, and he calls me. He's like, Frank, just saw you do the impression of me. The entire Kuiper family said they were sitting around the living room watching the TV. Instead of watching me, they're seeing you do the impression of me. Hey, you ever been to Vegas, Frank? You ever go to I heard you worked. I've never been there, but I'm going there. You ever seen Blue Man Group? Are they actually blue people? Because I don't know. Is there actually a group of people? I've heard of the Smurfs, but I don't think they're only 3 apples high. I think that's what it is. You know, tremendous reach, inability, high risk, low reward. Gargamel on the other side doing the alchemy. Got Azrael the cat. Right? Everybody trying to figure out where these references, who are they hitting with a sports audience, doing Smurf humor. Tremendous job. At the end of the day, Gargamel's trying to turn those Smurfs into gold. And I don't know if he's going to be able to do it.
So when you do Zanies tonight at 7 o'clock, sold out, I think?
Yeah, and then it was weird because it was like sold out, then there were 2 tickets left, then there was
I saw something
1 ticket
on Twitter
left,
about that.
then there was 5 tickets left, then there's no, Lucy from Zanies just told me, well, I don't know, because I think they let you, because of COVID and stuff, what happens now is if people call, you obviously say, okay, we don't want you to come tonight if there's an issue.
Right.
So everybody's more on the refunding side of that, so it's just, I think, graciousness on the part of everybody.
So do you have like a set thing that you do?
Yes,
or do you try things out?
This is a lot of trying stuff out.
Good.
Because
you have to laugh.
I'm in there. I'm dying tonight.
Yeah. Charlotte was great. They were unbelievable last night. And I just kept going into these, you feel the room and you get a little bit. And there's,
in terms of like sports and non-sports and stuff like that?
Yeah, and there were just people from the mountains there last night. And, that's pretty good right there. I think you're the man. It sounded like an auctioneer. Like, hey, now you're going to do a Trump impression. How's your Biden? Come on, man. You know the deal. The thing, the guy. Come on. The deal.
I got to tell you, I know you're workshopping that when you told us that last week, but like I listened to that. I went back and listened to your interview with us like 5 times but with different people, and everybody loved the Biden.
Oh, because it's when you can just turn it into a character. It's pretty good. He's got the nasal thing. So if I put a plug my nose, kind of. Come on, man. You know the deal. It can get even better. It's like you do that and you go, I'm Dr. Stephen Strange. Those voices, nasal voices, you can do that with. So you just find a cadence with somebody. I've always said this with Barack Obama. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. With Liam Neeson, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can find Robert Downey Jr.'s 1, 2. Pause. Burp for a second. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So it's a rhythm as much as anything else.
It's totally rhythm. That's the cadence of how a person talks. You don't always have to have it. With Biden, it's just that, come on. With the thing, with the guy. Sometimes. Hey, we're feeling it. It's penny saved. 5, come on. I don't have to tell you. It's almost like Bush. I could just go, you guys, I have no idea what I'm talking about. And with Biden, it's just, come on, the thing, the guy, what? A-E-I-O-U, the vowels. Why? Because.
How do you pick out their phrases? That's what I want to.
Well, you hear the catchphrase, you hear the phrases they always say. But to me, that's only one aspect of it, because then you have to go and you have to take it to be something else. Right. And that's where it becomes more fun to me, rather than just saying, I watch, like, younger people will just do impressions. When they do impressions, they just do lines from movies. So they'll watch Loki, and they'll just go around going, I am Loki of Asgard, and I'm burdened with glorious purpose. Well, what? Okay, where do you use that?
Right.
Show me where you can use that. That's Loki, my brother. No, I'm Thor, God of thunder. But you can't use that until you create the character with them. So that's what I try to do. And Biden just has become that, because he's 150 years old. The way I described it, and I try to do this without being any political. I kind of go middle of the road, let people make their own decision. But Trump is kind of like the uncle that your relatives make you have a chaperone with. Yeah. It's like, well, you can go with Uncle Donnie, but you're gonna need your mom to go with you. And then Grandpa, it's like, you don't let him cross the street by himself. Grandpa Biden, he needs a little help. Come on, we can go now. You look left, right, left. Up, down, left, right. BA star. Come on. Get fixed 50 extra lives. You know the deal.
Frank Caliendo with us. He's at Sadie's tonight. Check the secondary market, I guess.
I'm promoting a sold-out show.
Sold-out show.
Yes.
So next time you come to Nashville,
listen, you guys do me a favor. This is the thing. When you guys do a favor, have me on, you help me promote the show, and you say, hey, can you come in live? Absolutely. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're kind to do it.
It's You're right.
I am curious, though. Like, with all of the voices that are in your head, is it hard to go to sleep sometimes?
No, they tire me out. I'll tell you. No, it's more the opposite. And in regular everyday life, I'm just, if you talk to me, I don't do any of this stuff. But when I turn it on, it is a little bit hard. At the end of the night, I was talking to an agent that came out to a show, and I couldn't slow down because I was still in that mode from being on stage. And it's like, I figure it's like a football player. When they're done with the game, I mean, they're hurt a little bit more, but you're still pumped up. It's like everything that any professional athlete, right? Any professional athlete, you've got to get up and you've got to get so focused into that game that afterward it's hard to come off of that. It takes a little while, and people don't realize that about. I don't mean to be preachy, but when you watch professional athletes, it's not the same as when we go play basketball at the Y or something like that. You can't, everybody's amazing. Everybody's at such a high level that it becomes about how smart are you, what do you know, what's your knowledge, what's your prep that's better than everybody else. You see how many people that are the athletic ability is there, but why can't they get over the hump? Somebody preps better and they know, if it's, let's say it's football, is that guy's knuckle twitching? Does he move an arm? There's tells like in poker. Yep. And you study that stuff, like a pitcher studying a batter studying a pitcher. Like, what's the give? How can I get a little bit of advantage on this? Just ask the Houston Astros.
So what?
Hey, I tell you.
So what is your what's your study program? Like, what's your, I mean, is it watching film? Is it listening over?
I used to watch a ton of stuff and then do things over and over and over. Yes, and the way to do it is get that phrase, to get that, I am Loki of Asgard, Loki, my brother, to say those things over and over and over. But then the interesting thing is to find out, well, what makes that person tick? What is the point of view that makes them interesting? Biden's easy. You just find the old guy. Trump is easy because he's just going off on the tangent.
My favorite that you do is Charles. Now, I'm an Auburn girl.
That's really good.
And the thing about Charles is he will tell the truth no matter what. And he's got that ability. This is a joke I talk about in my act that years ago, I've never seen anybody do this before, be that honest. Like, they'll put him on CNN. And they'll say, now tell us what you think about what's going on in the Middle East.
Well, I think what's going on there is really crazy. But what's even crazier is the fact that you put me on to talk about that right now. There's all the different things in the world that I know more about. And that's, he did that thing, the thing with Draymond Green years ago. And he said on television, I want to punch Draymond Green in the face. It was not like he was... It just came out. It was a Charles Barkley honesty moment. And he's a sincere guy. He's a great guy. He's an honest guy. But they made him apologize. And you never see Charles Barkley apologize. And it was the bosses at TNT and everybody's like, they're going to get on you. They're going to try and take you down. You're going to have to say something. But he did something brilliant. What he did was he didn't apologize like some of these people do. Some people go on and give these ridiculous apologies. I didn't know, blah, 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 blah. He basically went on television, looked the camera in the eye, and said, I apologize for recognizing that Draymond Green has such a punchable face.
And it's like, it was true. He was true to himself. He was true to the situation. And he went, that's genius. The way he did that was not like a phony apology that somebody wrote for him. He doesn't look I apologize for the following reasons. My lawyer says I'm sorry. He didn't do that. He came from the heart and real, and people accept that because it's him, he's one of the greatest guys. He walked up to me one time. He goes, Frank, you got to keep doing me. I'm like, why is that? Because every time you do it, I end up making more money. And it's great when people do impressions of us. That's what I tell people. They don't understand. They say, oh, they're making fun of you. No, they're making us money. Making fun, making money is a very, very different thing.
You've got the sold-out show tonight. What else can we plug? I've got frankcaliendo.com pulled up, and certainly the next time you come to Nashville, people need to make sure they get tickets in plenty of time.
I'll try not to have a show when the Titans are practicing in front of a live crowd. How about that?
They're done at 7.
Yeah. Are they? Yeah, but it's going to be hard to get out of here. I got a feeling. But this is great. I love all this stuff. The marketing that goes on in sports nowadays is fantastic. The amount of interactions fans have and the chances they have to be a part of the team is more than any other time, I think, in history. And it's really amazing for people to get to be parts of these things and see what's going on. I think it's a lot of fun.
It's got to be awesome for you too to be out and about again.
Yeah. I just worry that what's next. It's what's the up and down of everything. That's the thing that. You got to be cautious. I've done some things where I try and do meet and greets, but people start getting really close. I'm like, well, I can't do that. I got to be careful. I got to be responsible. I have a vaccine. Some people don't. I do, and I'm careful with that and everything too. So I just want to get out there and do some of this stuff. People really need to laugh. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, no question.
But we do it as safely as we can. See how it goes.
I mean, the one thing from these 2 visits that you've had with us is my man Slade just randomly goes, Tony! All the time.
Oh, Jim, this is amazing and incredible. Caliendo trying to find his way around the stadium. Get between gates 8 and 9. Was he going to be able to do it? Oh, we're not sure where lot K is. Lucy from Zany's trying to figure out. Here we go, Jim. Tony!
Hey, man, I walk around the house doing that.
I did. I would do it with viral videos, like a cat falling off a building. Oh, Jim, it doesn't look like this cat. He's going to have 8 lives after this. Here we go, Jim. Tony!
I can't wait for the night, man. Zanies is going down,
Yep,
man.
Slay will be there too. Our buddy Stormy Warren, I ran into him over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
He's going. So, you've got the heavy hitters there. Hey, thanks for doing this, man.
Yeah,
I can't
absolutely.
wait.
Thanks,
I can't
guys.
wait.
I did say next time we have you on, we're going to have to see if you can come up with a Slay
Oh,
impersonation.
I think I could do it.
Okay.
You can get your
yeah.
Slay.
Yeah, I'm like,
That's gonna be
I feel
interesting
like
right
he
there.
might be a little easy to
No,
put
man, this ain't
together.
easy to do.
Yeah.
This ain't easy to do. It's different.
Where are you from originally?
I'm from right here.
Are you from right here?
Yeah.
So you said, I'm from right here.
Right here.
I'm from right here. See that you look for words like ours are a big giveaway. You know, when you listen how people end words here. I'm from right here.
That sounds like Louisiana right there, though.
Yeah, well, I'm not that good. I can't get there right away.
I need Frank. I need you right in.
I was all the way. I was going Bruce Arians. That's all I'm talking about, Daddy. Make it happen. Come on.
Let's go
No
right
risk it, no biscuit. You know, I would get Tom Brady on the line, make it everybody. Come on. I'm in the boom boom room myself, Daddy. Make it happen.
Facts.
There he is, Frank Caliendo. Thank you, Frank. Appreciate you, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we'll be right back.
Appreciate
In between gates 8 and 9, I think. Just drive around the stadium. You'll find us. Yeah, applause for Frank. We'll be right back. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Schley, Frank Caliendo, man. That guy doing amazing things.
That was great.
Do we have Buck Reising on the phone? Is
We
that where
do.
we are?
Where are you,
Hello.
Buck? There's a lot of feedback. What
I
are you
am.
doing?
I'm in the stadium, so I'm trying to do this as best I could.
Wait,
So
you
I hope
couldn't
this
walk
sounds
your
okay.
happy little butt out here to sit with us and
Here
do
we
radio?
go. Here we go.
Like you're
Yeah.
too good
I
to
love you,
walk
Dawn, but
outside
listen,
of the
you've
gate?
been absent the last like 3 times I've done this, Dawn. All right, I don't want to hear it.
That is accurate.
Fair enough. While we have you, limited time, what was your biggest takeaway from the game? Obviously, a lot of starters out for both teams.
Not on the defense, though. I mean, if you think about it, Kevin Byard, Rashawn Evans, Jayon Brown, Tier Tart, like they played starters on defense in that preseason game against Atlanta, and something that I think everybody was made to feel markedly better about after that game was over, whether it was 2 of 12 by the Falcons on 3rd down. I understand they're only running simple concepts and nothing crazy, but that's a major achievement for a team that was giving up 51%, north of 51% on 3rd downs. And then, I mean, of course, Rashad Weaver is probably the story of the game. This is somebody who's, if he's right and if he's legally cleared in October after this court date, he's going to be playing substantial snaps for this team. To see him basically look loose and comfortable out there and the kind of damage that he can cause when he is, that's a massive, massive pull for a team that is so desperately in need of pass rush.
Well, and I brought up the question earlier of, okay, do you take into account what they're playing against in the Falcons, which Coach Mack immediately called me, and he didn't say it, but basically told me to keep my powder dry, and said, has no effect on effort and intensity. Your opponent doesn't, and that's what coaches look at. What's your take on that? Or those that are saying, why are you so excited about what you just saw from, some backups?
Yeah, I mean, you can temper your expectations however you want to, but the reality is they can only play the opposition in front of them. And these guys, a lot of these guys, whether it be last year's rookie class or this 2021 class, they need these reps against an uncommon opponent they haven't seen over the last couple of weeks. Somebody who doesn't know them as a player, somebody who they don't know as a player, to be able to develop further pass rush moves, hand-fighting techniques, and kind of see how they fare in live reps. That's the purpose of this. It's just to get these guys live reps heading into the season. How they look against starting caliber NFL talent, I mean, remains to be seen. But at this point, this is what we have to work off with, and what we have to work off with is a 23-3 win over a team whose depth you're clearly superior than. So I think depth is as big a conversation as anything for this team this year, given how top-heavy they are talent-wise.
He is Buck Reising, 10 to 1 weekdays on 104.5 The Zone. Check him out there. Check him out, A to Z SportsNashville.com and all of their socials. Buck, his visits presented by Buddy Allen Carpet One.
Indeed, the best, a full-service flooring company is Buddy Allen Carpet One. I appreciate all that they do, just as you will appreciate anything that you're having them do in your home when you're looking to remodel your floors. BuddyAllenCarpet1.com, the best in the business. I'm glad I didn't walk up there for this because it was 2 questions and I'm out. What the hell?
2 questions and you're out. I mean,
we had Frank Caliendo on, and he's way funnier than you are.
That depends on the day. I can only hear so many Mel Kiper impressions, but I'm sure he was great.
Wow.
Where's Frank? I need to get Frank
He's probably
back
in
here.
the car listening to this. At Buck Reising, Frank, go at him. Thanks, Buck. See you, buddy.
Love you guys.
At Buck Reising on Twitter. My man thinks he's funnier
such
than
a
Caliendo.
clown. Buck is just a flat-out clown.
Hashtag bitter.
Yeah.
You're right. All right, 5 o'clock hour coming up live from Nissan Stadium outside gates 8 and 9.
It's filling out.
Thanks to
Two Rivers Ford. Appreciate our friends at Two Rivers Ford for always helping us to be out live.
there's T-Rack right there. Look out. The sleigh's going to go try to get him in the boom boom room or something. I don't know. We'll be right back. Welcome in 3HL on 104.5 The Zone. What up, Nashville? Happy Monday. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport. There she is.
Did you just hear that?
No, I didn't hear it. What happened?
Did you hear it?
I was doing dogs.
And Ron Slay.
I'm in the building. I'm in the building. I'm in the building.
People are yelling that?
I'm in the building. I'm in the building. I'm in the
They're all
building.
yelling
I'm
it.
in the building. Well, welcome to Titan Stadium. We're in the building.
People just walk around town just yelling at you. I'm in the building. Is that
I
what
just
happens?
heard it 3 times out here on the plaza.
Hey, that's real. I'm in the building then.
There you go. You missed it. You know why? Because you're looking at dogs, puppies.
Yeah, see, you done took over my life, Babs.
I know.
Are you going to get a puppy? The Humane Society is here. We're at Nissan
I got
Stadium.
4. You can have one of mine.
No.
That's what I told Adam News. I said, you think they'd notice if I slipped my 2 into this pen? Is that bad?
No.
How'd we end up with 2 more than we had?
See, my whole thing would be, how do you train them? So if I got a trainer, then that's totally different. That mixes the game.
And
up.
you don't want the pee and the poop all over the house.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. And then I need to train for more because I need the dog walking with me everywhere. Ain't no putting the dog up.
You need a big dog is what you need.
Yeah. I like cane corsos too.
Those things are huge.
Exactly.
And no.
Yeah.
I got 4 big dogs.
You know what big
3
dog?
and a half big dogs.
You know what big dog means?
I'm a big dog. What's
big
up?
Poop.
Big poop.
Massive.
I'm sitting here letting it register like, what is he? Big poop. You're right. Makes sense.
It's not wrong.
It does make sense. Broadcasting live at Nissan Stadium. We're watching people play cornhole. I suck. Like, I either miss the entire board or I get it through the hole. That's kind of where I am.
I'm cold-blooded in cornhole.
It's like if you're shooting basketball and, like, you're draining. Like, you either drain the 25-footer or you shoot an air ball. There's no in between for me.
I saw, what's the name? Ryan and McGee. Ryan and McGee. It's
Marty and McGee.
Marty and McGee. It's Ryan McGee and Marty Smith.
Marty and Ryan?
Yes.
Would that show be different if it was Ryan and Marty?
Yeah, that wouldn't work.
No,
Marty and McGee is.
Yeah, I saw
All right.
them playing cornhole in the contest. Man, we can go challenge them, Babs.
Yeah, they brought up ESPN Ocho or brought back ESPN Ocho, which
That's
is like
so
all the
great.
crazy stuff. It was good.
Babs,
Speaking
you
of
good in
Ocho, we're in between
What do you think?
Ocho
We're
and
gonna kick their butt.
what is 9? Nuevo?
Nueve.
Nueve.
Italian, yeah, nueve.
No, I'm talking about Spanish.
I like Italian. Nueve.
We're in between that and 8.
Nuevo.
Gate 8
Spanish.
and Nueve.
Nueve, yeah.
What's 8?
Otto.
Man, it's
no,
very
not
similar.
Ocho. Otto. It's
Italian and Spanish are very similar.
Super similar. Super.
If you can
That's why
speak
go to
one, you
Spa-
can speak the other.
There you go. That's why I know a little bit of Spanish. More so Italian.
I always told Kirby's over there yelling about freaking Latin. And I had a buddy, Con Hamlet, who taught Latin at Good Pasture forever.
Taught Latin.
Yeah, and I was like, why do you teach Latin, man? It's a dead language. He was like, you're too stupid to even, he wouldn't say that, but I know he was looking at me like, you're too stupid to even justify response there.
It's a love language.
Latin?
No, Latin is the basis for all.
languages?
No, Latin's not a love language.
Yes,
Italian.
it is.
French.
It's like the foundation.
Romance, that's it. It's a romance language.
Latin?
Love, romance, same thing, right?
I'm right there with you,
I mean,
Babs.
it's all the same crap.
I thought Latin was like the foundational language that everything's based off.
Yeah, that's why it's romance.
language.
Because everything comes back to the romance, the love that we got to share.
It's just one of those things where, like, you're standing on a ledge with your opinion, and everyone else is wrong.
Yeah, but you on that ledge by yourself.
I know.
Okay, yeah.
I was hoping to get somebody else on the ledge with me. That way we can push
I
each
doubt
other
it.
off.
I
All right,
doubt
Titans with the preseason win in Atlanta 23-3. I got in an argument with some guy on Twitter. By the way, Moses, promotional Moses. Just reacted with the swiftness.
Yeah,
Kirby never helps, like when people rush the table. It's like, you go to the concert,
Kirby
people
doesn't
rush
do
the stage.
anything.
Except holler out.
We
facts.
could all be like,
He walked Caliendo
Taken
out,
out.
and he said, man, that
Kirby
Frank's a
would
great
never
guy.
do anything.
Like, they talked about stuff. I don't know. But it's like when people rush the stage. Sometimes they rush the table while we're talking on live radio.
I was going to ask Frank that tonight. Could I rush the stage?
Somebody wanted to give
Is he gonna
Don
have
some
security?
CBD oil. I don't know what's going on over there.
Want Don to relax.
But Titans with a 23-3
there are
win.
samples.
Look at you.
Let's go.
Mo said he's got you.
Yeah.
So I get into these little spats on Twitter. I don't know why. Like, why do I respond? But people are like, y'all acting like they won the Super Bowl. And literally, no, we're not.
No.
Literally,
You're talking about
what I
the
said
reaction
was,
to the first preseason game?
yeah, what I literally said was, I saw some rotational possibilities from
Right.
some guys. And Rashad Weaver may be more than that.
Yes.
I don't have him winning the Super Bowl, man. I know it's a preseason game.
But you also said
I was excited, though.
And this is 100% accurate. Guess what? They are not going to win the Super Bowl if they don't have any depth.
Right.
And what?
Way to read Twitter, Don. I love it.
What do you mean read Twitter?
That's what I wrote on Twitter.
Oh, was that your response? I did not look at your response.
Look at that. She
We're on
missed
the
2
same
days. We're
accord over
still
here.
on the same page,
That's right.
man.
Yeah, but seriously, look at every single Super Bowl champion for the last, I don't care how long. College football too. What do those teams have? Depth.
Yep.
Because especially in the National Football League, you will have injuries. There will be a lot of injuries. Most likely, at least one of your key starters somewhere is going to be injured at some time during the year.
Right.
You hope it's not at certain positions,
Yep.
right? But
Yep.
I mean, that is the nature of this extremely physical, brutal league that now has more games than we've ever seen during a season.
Very true.
But I love seeing Rashad Weaver. And like Coach Sell was talking about how multiply talented this guy was, right? Like because he played defensive end in a 4-3 at Pittsburgh. He's standing up at outside linebacker for the Titans as a rush end. But he also lined up inside with his hand on the ground.
Right.
And got pressure.
Right.
And so, like, those are the kinds of things you're looking for because you're looking for rotational depth, especially at outside linebacker, because they haven't had it in forever.
Right. You're exactly right.
So if that guy can help, which it looks like he can.
And Babs asked
You
me
get
last
excited.
week, what did I want to see from a guy like Bud Dupree? I said havoc. And hopefully you can line him up anywhere. So if you got a guy in Weaver that can line up anywhere and be dominant like that at the position, it only helps, man. It only helps. Go ahead.
615-737-1045. Sorry, I thought you were finished.
No, I am now.
Well, Darrington's not.
Yeah, I know Darrington got something for us.
Darrington, what's up? How are you?
I'm in the building.
Yeah.
Guys, first of all, I want to give a shout out to my son who's at the scrimmage today. It's his birthday. Happy birthday, Riley. I love you.
Oh,
that's
Happy birthday, little fella.
He is 11. He's the guy I took to the baseball game. He's my baseball player.
Love it.
Okay. Here's my take. I know it's not Trash Talk Friday, but just hear me out. And, Ron, you will understand this very clearly.
Okay.
Darrington Evans. I listen to every show that comes on this radio station from morning to night. I'm getting sick and tired of him being called Darrington because he can't stay healthy. If they can call Anthony Davis street clothes, can we call him Brittlebone? Because he's not earning the first name Darrington at all. We are a unique individual. And right now, the only thing he's unique at is being hurt. I need you to be out there and produce. They're only going to tolerate when you produce. And right now, I'm not tolerating this production.
You know I love
All
that.
right, guys, I'm out. I'm through. I had to get that off my chest.
Happy birthday, little man. We need to get my 11-year-old and your 11-year-old together and play some baseball.
Let's do it.
I love it. Thank you, man.
Make it like Babs did.
Hey,
So-
you know how I call out Darrington for sometimes like calling in with I think a take that he doesn't believe in just to try and stir the pot.
Yeah.
That one he believes in, and that was legit.
Yeah, Darrington Evans has to earn the right to using the name Darrington.
Right. I mean, I feel him. I feel him like, and you hate
What
this
last
for him,
year it was
man.
hamstring, right?
Yeah.
You hate this
And then he
poor
went
guy,
out in
man.
this one.
Hate
He was
this
at
poor guy.
practice yesterday.
That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, but
My wife was like, "Why are you so upset?" I was like, "Because you know the soft tissue injury is coming. It's just a matter of who, and that's not the guy that needs it, man. That guy needs to be counted on this
if he's just gonna be in practice, you know what they call that? They got a squad for that. It's called the practice squad. Be dominant though. We need to go on
You know
Sunday.
what else it's called? Cut.
Hello.
Boom.
Speaking of cut,
You gonna go turn that glove hand into a middle finger during the break?
I mean,
Go get it done,
I'm
Babs.
with you, Bab.
All right. More of your phone calls
best
when we come
ability
back.
is availability.
Yeah, there you go.
Also, the
Facts.
AP Top 25 is out. We've got some factoids about that, too. Stay tuned. 3HL 1045 The Zone. I missed that.
I did. I played that for Buck.
A thong song? Thong.
And then Buck complained about his lack of time with us and that he was funnier than Frank Caliendo. These are all things that happened during Buck's segment today.
I know it's very hard to believe, but that is a real thing. That really came out of his mouth.
You can catch the podcast where you get your podcast. Subscribe to 3HL. Subscribe to all of the Zone shows.
By the way, what the heck is Buck wearing today?
I haven't seen him.
It might be the ugliest shirt I've ever seen. Ever.
Dude, she just stays in on him, doesn't she?
I love it.
It's like y'all are married or something.
It's like their brother and sister.
No, because you usually like your brother or sister.
You don't like this brother and sister. This radio brother.
How about
radio brother?
How about brother-in-law?
Okay. No, I do love Buck. I just think, he's a bag sometimes.
A money bag?
Groceries?
I better groceries.
You all know what kind of bag he is.
10-1 on the Zone. We love him. Don just calls him out for his hot takes sometimes.
Because some of them are very dumb. Some of them aren't.
Speaking of hot.
I say dumb stuff too.
We all do. You're talking to a live microphone.
But I usually admit when I say something dumb. He will never admit it. That's the difference. It's the arrogance that people come at. I guess you can say it's confidence, though. He's confident in his take. He's confident in his takes.
He's very confident.
It ain't always great to be confident.
Like my man Corey Davis over here shooting cornhole. Very confident.
We got a little sprinkle coming out here.
Dude, when the sun comes out, it is hot.
Scorching.
When it goes in, it's just moist.
That's a terrible word. I hate that
true.
word.
Give me another word.
You already know I'm
is.
fired up talking about Buck.
Give me another word for what it is right now.
It's pleasant, actually. It's very pleasant out here when the sun is behind clouds. It's great.
Babs.
Come on out, watch some football, play some cornhole, come say hi to us.
It's humidified.
Play with puppies.
Play with puppies, yeah. Maybe adopt a puppy. Frank Caliendo was here, and there were a lot of people standing around the table.
Taking it all in.
They were trying to figure out why is Frank Caliendo at the Titans practice. Who is this guy doing all these
He is
voices?
not a Titans fan.
Did you think that was a legit question that I should have asked? I'm really curious, and I didn't get to another one that I'm really curious about. So next time we have him on, but with all the voices in your head, is it hard to sleep? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, because I feel like I have voices in my head sometimes and makes it hard to sleep, that sounds crazy, but you know what I mean.
Well,
when you've got so much going on daily, I can't imagine what he has going on daily.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he talks about prep work. That's where I was super curious about his prep work and what he does. And he probably watches film.
He does. He told you he did.
Real.
And so the other question that I didn't get to, and I'm mad that I didn't, I wonder if he ever dreams in those characters, in those voices.
Oh.
Probably.
That would have been kind of a weird question.
You think so?
Him. You're
ask him tonight.
diving into that guy.
Ask him tonight when he was on stage.
You dreaming about Gruden?
Yeah.
Is him as Gruden? Him walking around having that voice, bro?
Look, man, I'm going around this stadium. He got Tony. Oh, man. Gary on Twitter, get ready, Don. Here it comes. You can just hear the hatred and venom dripping from @Don Davenport TN's voice when she mentions @Buck Reising. Here he comes.
That's not wrong.
Oh, man.
Not wrong.
All right. Titans headed to Tampa tomorrow.
That's going to be fun.
Plane leaves at noon, I think, somewhere in there.
That's going to be fun.
That is going to be fun.
And they're down there all week.
All week. They'll get to practice against somebody else.
This is a new thing within the last 5 years where it's consistent.
Right.
But to hear the players talk about how beneficial it is, to hit somebody else, to see something else, to play against somebody else that doesn't know, and it's, let's be honest, it's not like you're coming out here, throwing everything into a joint practice, but to get the competitive juices flowing and to kind of have a chance to run some things against somebody that doesn't know exactly what you're doing at all times, and be able to hit somebody else is so beneficial, especially at this point. I think once you kind of get into the mundane of camp, and it gives you something different and new and fresh to kind of work towards.
Yeah, you get to break that monotony up. I think that's great for them. You know, you look at these guys, man, and the only thing that I say that I would be nervous about is you give them the one up. And I'm not talking about the team or the strategy or anything, but the person that you're going against, man, they can carry over for a long time in these inter squad scrimmages. So hopefully our guys go out and represent and, you know, walk away from it like, you know what? We are pretty good because they got some, and especially our O-line.
Right.
You know, I'm like, we won't get to see it probably on Friday when they play. Saturday when they play. Yeah. So we may not see the ones go up, but the ones will go up against each other in their inter squad scrimmage.
Well, that's definitely true,
so.
and you know, Bruce Arians has had a little different kind of take on this deal. Like a lot of people are starting to rest a lot of starters. I mean, Tom Brady played in that game,
right?
Leonard Fournette played in that game. Keyshawn Vaughn played in that game. I mean, you can go down the list. Cincinnati beat Tampa 19-14, but they played a lot of their ones in that game. So, you know, I think it'll be beneficial for sure. I mean, you know, when you go to practice sessions involving another team over at St. Thomas Sports Park, it has a different tempo. Like, it has a different rhythm.
Right.
And as you said, you know, when you talk to the guys, they all talk about the monotony. Now, the key, I think, is to learn how to practice at each other's pace, right? So we'll see how all that works out. The AP Top 25 preseason poll is out. Number 1, Alabama. Number 2, Oklahoma. Number 3, Clemson. Ohio State at 4. Georgia at 5. 6, Texas A&M. 7, Iowa State. 8, Cincinnati. Notre Dame at 9. North Carolina at 10. Isn't that amazing? With Mac Brown with another top 10 program at this advanced stage in life.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, but he has learned so much. And then when he was calling games in between that, learned even more and just stocked it all in his bank.
North Carolina in football.
Not to mention, he's so dang likable.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Florida at 13, LSU at 16. So that's 5 of the top 16 are in the SEC. 7 of the top 21 if you go ahead and include Texas and Oklahoma.
Well, I mean, hey.
Might as well, right?
Yeah.
Welcome back to the polls.
It's going to happen next year anyway.
Yep.
All right, Brett McMurphy throwing some stuff out there. You ready for this? Alabama has been number 1 in the AP poll in 100 of the last 204 polls. Almost half. They've been ranked number 1. In the past 17 years, 15 of the 17 years, the number 1 team in the preseason poll has not won the national title. So only 2 times in 17 years, the preseason number 1 has won the national title. Only 2 times.
Isn't that crazy?
Bama is one of them in 2017. And then USC in 2004 when Auburn got locked out because USC.
Should have been Auburn.
And was it Oklahoma started the season ranked 1 and 2, and then they went undefeated, so Auburn couldn't crack that. That's when I got fully on board with the playoff.
Yep.
2004. From Brett McMurphy, let's see. In 18 of the last 19 years, at least one preseason top 10 team has finished unranked. So which team out of the top 10 will finish unranked? It's happened 18 of the last 19 years. Alabama, they will finish ranked. Oklahoma will finish ranked. Clemson, Ohio State, Georgia, in my opinion. Texas A&M, replacing a quarterback, but really, really good. So probably that one team comes from Iowa State, Cincinnati, Notre Dame, or North Carolina. I think Cincinnati will be ranked. Very well coached football team. Notre Dame is the one team that like lays an egg every once in a while because they're always ranked high.
I feel like they always lay it late. I don't feel like they fall out, though. You think they're going to fall out the top 25?
I think North Carolina could be that team.
Oh, North Carolina.
Could fall out?
I think they could finish the season. If there's going to be one of the top 10.
Oh, they just got to make it to AC. Oh, in the top 10. Yeah. Top 25, that's tough.
Well, Brian Kelly announced their starting quarterback, right?
Did he?
Yes. And, you know, and wrote like a tweet about it too. I don't know if it was actually him that
Big time announcement.
I don't know, but
is it Rick Meyer?
all three quarterbacks, distinguished themselves and did a great job and this and that, whatever. But there's a lot of people, I think, or not a lot of people. There's some Notre Dame fans that are frustrated that he didn't go with the young, super talented. He went with the more experienced guy, this and that. So it'll be interesting to see how it all goes and what happens there. But it'll also be interesting to see long-term what Notre Dame does when it comes to super conferences and where everybody's going.
That's what I can't wait to see. I wish we could fast forward about 2-3 years and then come back. It might not even take that long, huh, Babs, you think, for super conference?
I don't think so.
Who do we think would be in the top 10 going towards the end of the season?
That's not in the top 10 right now?
Yep.
I don't know. I think the one team that should be ranked that's not ranked is Kentucky, to me. Now, they've had some issues naming quarterbacks. Joey Gatewood in the transfer portal. I love Kentucky.
You really just went Kentucky?
I love
you,
Kentucky.
Babs.
While you were gone, I had
Thank you.
Kentucky finishing second in the East.
I've been trying to reel him back in. He been out here with Kentucky.
Is it because you're all in on this quarterback?
I just have a weird feeling. I just have a weird feeling about Kentucky. I just went Joe Hunk on you.
If they spread,
I just have a weird feeling. It's kind of a Joe Hunt Gruden. I have a weird feeling about Kentucky.
That was pretty good. But this is Babs. I'm so glad you were back because if they expanded,
we haven't had the yellow light.
No, yeah.
And so when we don't have the yellow light, we end up with
needed.
Kentucky finishing second in the East.
Exactly. If it expanded to 12 teams in the playoffs, I am of the belief that Brent would think Kentucky might be vying for that 12th spot.
I think Kentucky should be ranked ahead of Florida at like 13.
Talk to him, Babs. I can't do it no
I
more,
think
Babs. I've had
LSU
enough
should
of
certainly
You have to talk to him.
Be ranked ahead of Florida.
I'm not talking to him.
Florida's ranked 13, LSU's 16. Flip those. And then put Kentucky inside the top 20.
I ain't talking.
Why are you looking at me like that?
You got to talk to him, Babs, because I'm not doing it. I'm done with it.
I mean, I just think there's
I don't
way
even want
too,
to look at him.
there's way too many question marks. So the Penn State transfer quarterback is who won the job, by the way. And Joey Gatewood is gone.
Yep.
He hit the transfer portal.
Was it Aaron Neville? Was that his name?
That's a singer,
no. No.
Gator Mike just texted me, what? Exclamation point.
I know. Gator Mike's like,
Hey,
what
man.
are you smoking?
It's wild.
And here's the other thing. They graduated a large portion of that offensive line, too.
Yeah, I know, but they're so good at teaching how to block.
Bud Dupree ain't walking in that door.
Right? Like
Neither is Jared Lorenzen.
Now, who knows? I could be eating my words later. That is a.
So you think Florida's second?
In the East?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Then who's third? See, I like Missouri, too.
I like Missouri.
I'm taking them way
I
over
like
Kentucky.
Missouri. Another year of experience and knowledge. And
They got swagger.
Offense and Connor Bazelak. Like that kid, you have to remember that kid ran the freaking option in high school. So like learning offense and all that. I mean, he's a smart kid, obviously. Right. He started playing as a freshman, but just imagine another year for him. Like I know it's crazy, but watch out for Missouri.
615-737-1045.
I mean, I love that you're like all on the Mark Stoops train
I love
here.
Mark Stoops.
All right, that's cool.
I do love Coach Stoops.
Why?
Because
he's a great guy.
He goes and identifies talent.
I like that.
He
You're
won
right about
10
that.
games at Kentucky, that
and
guy.
he develops players, and he does it while, and I don't want to say parenting
Oh, my
them.
Lord, have mercy.
Oh, yeah. Like, he doesn't parent them, but
I ain't even gonna acknowledge it.
he is a father figure for a lot of those players. Like, he will change the life of a lot of kids, and I appreciate that portion of him as well.
He's done a tremendous. I'll get
tremendiosity.
He's done a tremendous job for Kentucky's program, Babs. I totally get that.
Hey,
I'm giving you that.
Listen, Kentucky hosts Missouri in week 2.
Well, there you go.
That's going to be a directional game right there.
Then we can stop your
You might
Kentucky
could
talk
stop me
in
right
week
there.
2.
Thank you.
Yeah, because
a 6-6 SEC team named by Tennessee would be fourth.
If Kentucky beats Missouri at September 11th, they will be 4-0 when they play Florida. Did y'all say something?
All I know is it's going to be a long football season for me with these two fools on this show. Good Lord.
Brent's the one out of
Tennessee's
control.
going to be third.
No, I say fourth. I'll give him fourth. I'll take him down a notch. I'll come back to reality and say fourth.
Three starters back on the offensive line. Give me that, Babs.
For Kentucky?
Yeah.
I mean, but you lost your bell cows.
I'm in. So what do we have now? Without her talking, like if she's not here, we have Kentucky 2 and Tennessee 3 in the East.
Yep, we rolling, boy.
See, this is what happens when Dawn goes on vacation.
Programs on their way, baby. The programs are on their way.
I will say this: I would not bet against Mark Stoops often, but I just think there's a
Missouri
little more
Ford.
there's a little more unknown to say Kentucky should be in the top 10 in the country in football.
Listen, everybody's got a poll. We need the Doherty Slay poll. I mean, judging from the Doherty Slay poll, it looks like we've got Georgia 1, who, by the way, I think should be ranked number 1 in the country right now.
Who, Georgia?
Yes,
Yeah.
and I think they win the national championship first time since 1980.
Well, if they don't, there's going to be a lot of pissed off
there should
dog
be.
fans.
There should be.
Absolutely.
All right, so the Slade-Doherty poll, or whatever we want to call this. So we've got Georgia 1.
Florida
I went
2.
Kentucky, so that I got the voting rights on Kentucky. You
Let
don't
me
agree with
I'm
it.
gonna write this Doherty poll down.
You don't agree with it. But then we have, as a combo, then you pick, like we're going back and forth. We both pick Georgia. I pick Kentucky. You pick Tennessee.
Not 2.
You pick Tennessee 3.
All right. Yeah.
So then we pick Missouri 4. Where's Florida on this poll?
Okay, so I'm going to give my revised poll. Let me get my revised poll.
I mean, this is
I'm
a
going
hot mess.
UGA.
Yes, we can all agree. Babs.
You agree with that?
I agree with that.
Florida 2. I'm going Florida 2.
Okay, there
She
we go.
agrees with you, not me.
I'm going with Mizzou 3. Just because Babs has made me come on to this the drink train.
Okay.
You're just hating on me is what you're doing.
UT at 4. I'm going UT at 4. And then everybody
Babs not believing that
And then Kentucky at 5. Yeah, that's strong right
Big
there.
difference between the Slay and Doherty polls that have
Yes,
now
it
become
is.
separate.
Tell me yours. You got UGA, UK at 2, or you want to take them down 1?
I wrote it down.
No, I'm writing it down. Babs,
but
what's yours? What?
be exact.
I don't.
You just
I'm
want to stick
gonna
to the
have
West.
to come later this week and
She's on the sideline. She can't.
Oh, yes, you can do it.
All right, I've got.
We can do it.
Well, actually, in this one, I've got Georgia, Florida, Missouri, Kentucky.
Wow, that's the realistic poll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now let's
Georgia,
go to the Doherty poll.
Okay, Georgia, Florida, Missouri, Kentucky, Tennessee, South Carolina, Vanderbilt.
Why'd you go so fast? What? I was supposed to write all that down that fast, man. You ain't put it up on the chalkboard or nothing. You just gonna.
we got Florida fans calling to hit Brent up. We've got
lines are loaded.
Kentucky fans
Lines are
calling.
loaded. Lines are loaded. We're going to go to the
whining
phones when we come back and tell me how stupid I am. But, yeah, okay, so I went against my own poll with my more realistic old poll.
What
You know what else?
This
I
Penn
can't even write
State
all this
transfer
down.
quarterback? Was that the change?
No, you know what happened? I saw one of their wide receivers run past people on Twitter, and I was like, I kind of like Kentucky.
I mean, well, I think if it's the kid you're talking about, they're comparing him to Kyle Pitts.
Oh, no, wait a minute.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but we'll see. But if that's the kid you
Y'all
saw,
know how I feel about
there's
Pitts now.
there's some serious hype I think around that.
Y'all
kid.
know how I feel about Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
Why would y'all do that to me?
Yeah.
So my official East poll,
Okay, here we go.
Georgia,
Yep.
Florida,
Yep.
Missouri,
Zip.
Kentucky,
Yep.
Tennessee, South Carolina, Vanderbilt.
South Carolina Vanderbilt.
Tennessee, South Carolina, Vanderbilt.
Okay. Dang, you got us way down now.
I don't like to, but
I'm more in reality.
you think so?
I'm Georgia, Florida, Mizzou, UT. Oh, well, okay. You're in the reality polls. You just got UK and UT.
You guys
switch.
have Kentucky and Tennessee switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Because
And-
Kentucky's going to beat Tennessee.
Because it happens.
Well, they're just
that's
better.
done. That's done.
All right, we need to take a break. We'll be right back. 3HL
Trash
broadcasting
cans
live
get steaks too.
from Nissan Stadium on 104.5 The Zone. 3 Tell 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay.
Yo, we're in the building.
So I confused myself with my poll. I was convinced that Kentucky was number 2 in the Doherty poll, but they're not.
See?
I went back and looked. And I'm going to go with what I came up with at SEC Media Day. Sorry, Kentucky. You slipped from 2 to 4 in like 5 minutes.
Should be 5. See, so Babs, who was more realistic out of us, me or the mayor? I would say me.
His second poll?
No, let's go with his first poll.
What, Kentucky second?
Yep.
Yeah, no, that is not realistic. And I know there's Kentucky fan on the phone. I get it.
Listen, I think Frank Caliendo took over my personality and threw out the Doherty poll that was the wrong Doherty poll. So we went back and looked. And so the new and improved and original and all of those things, and official Doherty preseason SEC East poll is 1 Georgia, 2 Florida, 3 Missouri, 4 Kentucky, which I could see Kentucky being 3 and winning that game against Missouri. I really could. Will Levis, the quarterback. Tennessee 5. See, Babs likes that a lot more than Tennessee 4, doesn't she?
No.
Yes. Sorry, Slay. Yes.
South Carolina 6, though I think they'll be better.
South Carolina?
Matter. Yeah. South Carolina 6. I think they'll be a better football team, but their schedule's brutal.
I think them and Vandy will be a better football team.
It's hard to not be a better football team for Vanderbilt.
Yeah. I shouldn't laugh at
it. Can always get worse, boys.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you.
It's like the Titans defense. It can't get worse.
Yes, it can.
Then 0-10? Well, I guess it could. 0-12 would be worse.
Well,
they're not going 0-12. If they go 0-12 and lose to East Tennessee State and all that crap.
Nah, they ain't going to do it. I'm going to go
Well, let me say this, though. They don't have any depth. They have zero depth.
That's going to be tough.
I mean, it's always an issue for Vanderbilt, but especially right now. And Clark Lee has to develop that, and you cannot do it overnight. It's not going to just happen. Oh, they don't have any depth.
You guys want to take some phone calls?
Hit it.
Do it.
All right, let's do it quickly. Give us like 30 seconds. We'll try to get through everybody. Gator Mike, what's up, buddy? I now have you officially second in my poll.
Here we go.
Gator Mike.
Okay, Brent, I'm glad you cleared that up because I almost drove off the road. And then your imaginary makeup poll at the moment didn't make sense because you said I would put Kentucky right above Florida, but then you and Slay had Missouri 3rd and Florida 4th. So I'm like, Brent's all over the board on this one, right? No, I'm like, is he drinking outside the stadium? He's tailgating before the scrimmage tonight or what?
We should be tailgating. Why not? They're doing a football practice in there. We should be tailgating.
Well, you are with that crazy pick. You're right, Gator Mike.
Yeah, but now we both have Florida number 2.
Okay,
so
I feel better now because even Don knows our running back room is going to be way better than last year. Emory
well, it better.
Playbook a little more. I think we're going to be great.
Yeah, y'all suck.
There was 0 run game last year. It has to be better. Although I always say it could be worse. I mean, I don't know how much worse it actually could be in that area.
She's got Lingard and Bowman that transferred in for Clemson. So hopefully they'll see the field more than the guys we had last year. So
we'll see.
Salute.
Thanks, Gator Mike.
Salute to Gator Mike. He was so much more sensible, not on Trash Talk Friday.
And he was like very calm in the debacle that Brent tried to,
yeah, it was.
present on the air about
I didn't know
Florida.
how to respond to him.
Thank God for the yellow light there.
Yeah, he was very realistic.
Maybe it's because Babs here.
She made me pull out my original sheet. Let's go to the original race.
Yeah.
Let's go to the West. Alabama, LSU. I got LSU over Texas A&M.
I got LSU over Alabama.
Oh!
No, I'm just playing everybody.
And what are you tailgating with over there?
I'm just playing everybody. Everybody.
Alabama, LSU, Texas A&M, Ole Miss. I've got half of mine to put Ole Miss in front of Texas A&M for 3. In fact, I wrote arrows on my sheet. Look, Babs, do you think I really meant to switch those? Ole Miss and Texas A&M?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going Ole Miss 3, Texas A&M 4, Auburn 5, Mississippi State 6.
I don't understand the Auburn hate.
Arkansas 7. I got Auburn in the same place Tennessee is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't get me started on that again.
So let me tell y'all something.
Like I said, the programs are in 2 different places. See, I also feel that there is a very strong contingency out there that does not believe in Brian Harsin because they don't know a lot about him. I mean, he's not an SEC guy. He hasn't recruited in the SEC before. I get it. There's no history of SEC there, but he's got Bobo as his OC and Derek Mason as his DC. Like, he has two former head coaches, and in Bobo who can freaking develop a quarterback.
I think we know more about Brian Harsin than most people because of Mickey Ryan.
Right.
And his ties to Arkansas State.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Are you doing the West? Is that what you're doing?
I did the West.
All right.
And I'm out here on this limb. I got Bama first.
That's not on a limb.
I got A&M second.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Y'all tried to talk me off this ledge with A&M about 2 weeks ago, and I'm still sticking with him. I think Jumbo's going to put something in the pot on this one.
Okay.
And then I got Coach O. Coach O, and I easily could switch.
Wait, is
A&M
that a piss pot for
it could be a pot. But it'll be thrown out. This pot can be eaten. A&M and LSU could easily switch, and then I got Ole Miss, then I got Mississippi State, then I got Auburn right before Arkansas.
You do that on purpose.
Okay, I'll be honest.
That's just dumb.
It's almost like Buck Reising did that poll.
I was, you know what? And I was looking for a little bunkness in me for this poll, so that's why I put Auburn down. I really think Auburn will finish like 5th or 4th, but I just wanted to put them down just because I felt like y'all just downgraded Tennessee so much. So,
by the way,
now, Bab.
Quick practice update from John Glennon. Big Jeff tips a pass. Kevin Byard picks off Ryan Tannehill. Another interception.
There we go. Good job. Good job, defense. I'm not even going to worry about the offense. Good job, D. Way to go. Fight, D. We ain't worried about that. Listen, that probably would have been a handoff to Henry. But he changed the play or something. He pulled a Garrett Thompson.
Are you headed to see Frank Caliendo?
I can't wait to get down now.
All right. You going to laugh this time?
What? Hey, cue the music.
By the way, 2.5 minutes is all Slay lasted. Just want to let you know.
Oh, that's a long time.
That's way longer than I thought.
He tried to not laugh while Caliendo was here, and
you messed it up.
I told Caliendo, you know what'll get him, Morgan Freeman.
If you didn't give him Morgan Freeman, I could have lasted a little longer, man.
That's what she said. We'll be right back at it tomorrow later.
See ya. Tighten up.